gotta make a name for myself here.
Welcome back to the OCA podcast. I am your host, the Anime Collector. Joining me tonight is Just Greenline.
Just Greenline. It's literally nobody else yet.
Yes.
Hopefully Reese will be shortly behind me. So
yeah, I think we might be able to expect Reese. He's getting dinner. I'm doing a sort of an impromptu show tonight because I want to go see the Hyaku Emu 100 Meters show movie. It came out yesterday, but it's only in a few select theaters that are like a pain in the ass to get to. And then I found out that there is an English dub. It's only showing in one theater once, and it's on Monday. So I didn't have to do this today, but I already put in all the legwork. And I don't want to be exhausted for it. Usually I'm quite useless at work on Mondays. And I don't want to, do that to myself before potentially making a video. So jumping right in, I want to first start by saying I love everybody who supports this show. It is the greatest thing you can do for me because this is stressful as all hell. And I'm glad that we are able to continue doing this, despite the fact that we are not getting any closer to being profitable. If you guys would like to support the OCA podcast, you can do so via a direct donation through PayPal, which you can find at ocapodcast.com/support. You can also go to the OCA podcast Patreon, the Anime Collector Patreon, or the Subscribe Star, or the Ko-fi. And I'm pretty sure YouTube memberships are now turned on. And I'm in the YouTube memberships boot camp for some reason. And they have perks and things that unlock if I do members only videos. And I need members to see my members only videos. So please. Yes, Enriv. Yeah, and like I said, it was tricky. Hey, Reese entered the stage. Cool. Reese boy is here, looking distinguished.
Hold on. I gotta put my new face on.
Don't leave me in suspense.
I didn't have time to do this earlier. All right, there you go.
Ooh. You're the Risa Lantern.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Seb, for your 50 sex. I love it. Your sex makes me wet. Right? And says,
he really knows how to lay down the sex.
Yeah. Enver says, I normally don't work Mondays, but I have to cover a shift this coming Monday, so I might be screwed. Look, the thing is, I think I misspoke previously. What I was saying is it's only showing in the theater I want to go to once, dubbed. It's showing in numerous places dubbed, just so we're clear. But the one I want to go to is only showing once dubbed, and it's on Tuesday. And I can't do that one because I have a meeting at 6:15 every Tuesday at work. But I'm going to try to get out of work early on Monday because the showing is at 7 and I get off work at 7. So we're going to make this work somehow. Anyway, also I want to address Lady Phoenix first in the chat. Hello, was not expecting a Saturday podcast. Yes, let me get a little taller here. I'm like, something's different today. Anyway. Yes, so like I said, I think I've already explained it all, so I just wanted to acknowledge that you're here. What is the not yet? I don't get that. Not yet supporting me, or not yet, there's no memberships yet, maybe? All right, let me know about that. Maybe during our pickup segment, I'll figure that out. Greenline, you disappeared.
Greenline, come back.
His avatar's gone. Anyway, we're going to jump right in. I just, fair warning, like, I've been burning the candle at, like, both ends and the sides this whole year. Like, this has been a shit fucking year for me, just so we're clear. Lots of nonsense at work. The kind of nonsense that legally will eventually become a very big problem. and the kind of nonsense that you just hope you're not part of that legal issue. So it's been hell, as you guys know. The book that I'm writing, I would say I'm like 80 to 90% done. Once that's over that final hurdle, hopefully things change. Then I get back on the manifesto. All that's to say that today's show is like when I sit down to work on the doc and figure out what we're going to cover, a lot of times there are topics that in my gut I think I might want to cover this, but I don't have time to read all of this right now and determine whether or not I do want to cover it. And so I'm going to put it off to next week. And then that happens like 12 times. And then it's no longer relevant and I close it. Or we do a show like tonight where I just read it on stream because that's easier than reading it ahead of time on stream because we were supposed to go live 3 hours ago and then 2 hours ago and then 1 hour ago, and that didn't happen. So here we go without further ado. Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba wins an award for politician who wears glasses the best. He appears to have been competing with a VTuber. Or maybe it's politician category, VTuber category. That could be it. That could be it.
Could be it.
What better note is there for a Japanese prime minister to go out on? Yes. Ishiba is leaving the prime ministership. Okay. Oh, there's Green Line with his...
Yeah, I had to find a different avatar. I forgot it was spooky season, so...
Approved.
I forgot to do mine last week, too.
Something tells me if I could see the whole image, that this would be not safe for work.
We would have some nice pumpkins.
Not quite, but it gets close.
That's
Show us
the
those
kind of
pumpkins.
that's the kind of surprise face you make when the surprise butt sex is happening.
Right, yeah.
All right. So
How do we get the comments to be on screen thing again?
at the top, that thing, the show comments on stage above.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. All right. So again, Ishiba is out. He's now out of being prime minister in Japan. The political legacy of the soon-to-be retired Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba will likely be spotty. Having overseen widespread inflation, particularly with the Japanese staple of rice, with little in the way of effective countermeasures, will likely reflect poorly on him. On the other hand, he seemed to have maneuvered his way through the tariff threats by Donald Trump relatively well. I personally found his opinions on the constitutionality of sending the military to attack Godzilla to be astute, for whatever that's worth. One thing everyone can seem to agree on is that he does look snappy in a pair of spectacles.
Wow. Lame.
At least I assume that's the case because on the 1st of October, Ishiba was honored with the Japan Best Dressed Eyes Award in the politics category.
Okay.
These are one of the growing number of industry awards celebrating famous people who are known to wear their type of product, with the most famous being the Best Jeanist Award, going to the most prominently denim-clad celebrities in Japan.
If that's in My Hero Academia.
Yeah. When I first read this, like when I skimmed the thing, I thought they were saying that the last time this round was gone, Best Jeanist won the award for most prominently denim-clad celebrity in Japan. But now I see it's titled the Best Jeanist Award. I'm pulling this off screen. I gotta find out.
Basically just for Best Genius. He started the award.
Yeah, it legitimately seems to be that they named it after him, but it's not actually that he won, which is sad. Ishiba attended the Japan Best Dressed Eyes Award ceremony in Ariake, Tokyo, alongside fellow winners actress Fumino Kimura, economist Yusuke Narita, and VTuber Hayato Kagami. Okay, so this is the girl they were talking about. This is the economist they were talking about, and there's VTuber. In his acceptance speech, Ishiba remarked, quote, "This is an unexpected award. Sometimes good things do happen in life. Oh my god. It's effectively a participation trophy. Like, you like me. You really like me. Oh my god. He then modeled several pairs of glasses that he won as part of the award, with the floating sunglasses being a particular standout. VTubers on a big old screen. You guys can't hear it, but there's like a little golf clap every time he looks up wearing a new pair. No, I want to see the sunglasses. Oh, yeah. This is humiliating. Oh, they stopped clapping when he put his own glasses back on. You'd be forgiven for not watching Ishiba's appearances often, as he's not the most electrifying politician around, but he tends to appear in both normal mode and glasses mode from time to time. Reese, how come your eyeball doesn't wear glasses?
I've tried many times to get a one-lensed glasses.
Yeah, not a monocle.
Not a monocle. It actually has to have the bows to go around the eye.
Mm.
Chat doesn't like it. Doesn't
Damn
grasp.
chat.
Doesn't grasp the.
How are you going to replace real human artists when you can't even do that, chat? At least he was able to accept it. Yeah. Good luck going to Orb, AC. What?
It's 100 meters is from the creator of Orb.
Oh. I can tell based on the character designs and whatnot.
Yeah. I want to go see it, but I'm not going to be able to.
Oh, you be there in spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Hope that does well so somebody can dub Orb. Want to watch that, but I want to wait on a dub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Wait, fuck. Orb was on my mind. I meant outer meters. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it needs to have a dub. It's definitely got that, old European.
Yeah, and it should have the kind of dub where they have the accents, right?
Yeah.
Mamma mia, the earth she is around.
No, not quite there.
Casting directors, I'm available. All right.
But yeah, it's on Netflix. I'm surprised Netflix hasn't dubbed it.
Get out of here. Don't go on my drinks, bitch. This is gonna be a night. All right. You'd be forgiven for not watching Ishiba's appearances often, as he's not the most electrifying politician around, but he tends to appear in both a normal mode and glasses mode from time to time. Ishiba, who admitted during the ceremony that he was by design, explaining, quote, I wear them to be less intimidating. Oh, that this was by design, explaining, I wear them to be less intimidating, even if it's just a little. Glasses convey a sense of both. Motherfucker, I will kill this bug. Land, you bitch. Are you seeing? It's like right in front of my fucking face each time. I'm just trying to read here, and it's like, here, let me be right in front of your screen.
Look at my ass, you bastard.
I wear them to be less intimidating, even if it's just a little. Glasses convey a sense of both softness and seriousness. That's how he overcame Trump's tariffs, by looking less intimidating, right? But secretly, boom, he came prepared. You underestimated him, Trump.
You underestimate my power. Glasses.
It's kind of interesting to see who he wears glasses with now. He's normal mode with now disgraced South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol. He looks like fucking Conan O'Brien with this hair. And glasses mode with Xi Jinping. While trying on the glasses, many viewers were taken aback by seeing the normally stodgy PM with sunglasses on. There were several comments comparing him to the character Hancho from the Kaiji series of gambling manga. I just like imagine this for a minute. Like for everybody at home, it's just Japanese politician wins sunglasses or wins glasses award, right? Literally imagine this though. In the United States, Donald Trump wins an award for the best hair or something.
Orange is
and with him is a fucking VTuber on the stage. Right? Like just fucking realize how mental this is.
Yeah, it'd be like Gargura, like helping Trump get an award.
Donald Trump wins the Nobel Peace Prize with Samako Saba. Like just others simply didn't know what to make of it. Ew, he looks like a fake magician. Ouch. the bridge of his nose is good. He looks like a sunfish. Japanese, like seriously, imagine it's the Trump one. Ew, he looks like a fake magician. The bridge of his nose is good. He's orange. Like Japanese prime ministers always look so happy after retiring. He's all grown up now. I don't hate it. He does look good in glasses and it annoys me. Good to see he's working hard in his final days. Is this an AI video? Ishiba would never get as wild as wearing sunglasses. I think he's settling into retirement well. He probably is looking forward to stepping down on some level. After all, despite the perks that come with being the head of government, it does have to it does have to suck being constantly blamed for everything wrong in the country, which is quite a bit these days. Perhaps he can walk away from politics altogether and leverage this award to become an expert on TV news and variety programs. Or if there's another live-action kaiji adaptation that works, we can consider it cast. Wow. All right, that was the lead-in. That was a gamble. Candidate for Prime Minister of Japan. Remember, he needs to be replaced. Embroiled in an astroturfing scandal. Politician caught with bogus posts of support. Speaking of the legal shit I was talking about, routinely, my boss will send me a message that I am to copy and paste and send back so that he can screenshot it and pretend that it is a client telling him how great his product is so that he can then post it on social media and pretend that people are saying great things about the products. Also known as fraud. Like, politician caught with bogus posts of support. A short while ago, Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba announced he would be stepping down as the leader of the Liberal Democratic Party and as the Prime Minister of Japan. He will leave behind a legacy of mediocrity, the likes of which hasn't been seen since his predecessor, tax-hiking glasses face, or Uncle Reiwa before him. This means that it's time for another eager politician to take the reins and probably bring about very little change to the many problems facing Japan. There are currently 5 people in the running, with the 2 frontrunners being former Abe cabinet member Sanae Takaichi and current agriculture minister Shinjiro Koizumi. Now, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure Koizumi's the guy who said that prefecture's rice ain't shit. Right?
But I don't know.
I mean, that's like saying you could shoot someone in broad daylight on 5th Avenue and not lose any votes, isn't it? He's a shoo-in. For a moment, Koizumi seemed to have the edge on Takaichi until it was learned that his campaign had instructed members to go online and post positive messages about him under the guise of being regular internet users in an unethical marketing practice known as astroturfing, or more commonly in Japan as stealth marketing. It was alleged that campaign members had been requested to post messages on video hosting site Nico Nico Doga, such as, "He's definitely going to become leader." Oh, great leader. "He's put in the work and has grown because of it." And "Don't be fooled by fake career chasers." Although no name was mentioned, that last comment appears to be a shot at Koizumi's main rival candidate, Takaichi. On the 25th of September, Koizumi's campaign admitted that some members had instructed others to post messages like the ones above. But Koizumi himself gave a press conference saying that he had no prior knowledge of the comments and would work hard to prevent it from happening again as he continues to run for prime minister. Damn, he's already got that plausible deniability down. He's going to make a great leader for the country, I think. He knows the rules. Considering the politics currently being practiced around the world, this might seem like innocuous or even expected behavior for politicians. However, in Japan, the outcry against Koizumi has been fierce. "Drop out of the race!" Shutsuba Jitai has been the top trending term on Twitter since Koizumi's campaign admitted to the astroturfing. Individual comments tend to range from condemning Koizumi to indifference about who becomes prime minister in any situation. Always great to start the show with night shift mode on. That's a great sign. Usually, 3-4 hours in, it kicks in and I have to turn it off. Quote, "How can someone running for prime minister be unaware of something like this? Please drop out. You can't commit election fraud and keep running. Just drop out. The best way to prevent this from happening again is by dropping out of the race." If they had only posted positive things about Koizumi, it probably would have just been embarrassing. But attacking Takaichi is despicable and unforgivable. "I believe he wasn't involved in this. He's not smart enough." Ouch. "This was an act of disrupting public discourse that shakes the very foundations of our democracy." "It doesn't matter who's prime minister anyway. Might as well have someone who looks good." Bring on the VTuber, right? Honestly, I think if Koizumi steps down, it would show character and improve his image. He's still young and can try again later. He's definitely going to become leader. He's put in the work and has grown because of it. Don't be fooled by fake courage. I was about to say that getting involved in the unethical act of injecting false information into the public is unbecoming of a prime minister, and that he should fully own up to the transgressions of his team and his own oversights by dropping out. But that last comment made some really good points, and I'm starting to have a second thoughts about Koizumi. Oh no, all of my pickups are arriving tomorrow or later. Damn it. Oh well, guess I don't have any pickups. Okay. So you guys think he won?
Totally.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Good,
totally.
right? Can't throw Takaichi under the bus and expect to lose. Oh, Takaichi elected as the first female leader of Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party. I think she might actually be the first female prime minister. Damn. Do you think she's going to solve the birth rate issue?
Not with that face.
Moving past that. I saw this. I don't know what it means. Johnny Somali takes a ride on a train. Takaichi gets elected as prime minister. There you go. It's that simple. All right, the Liberal Democratic Party of Japan blasts online posts with a reminder on anti-misinformation act. Don't like that. The Liberal Democratic Party of Japan put out a reminder that they will, quote, take appropriate measures against social media accounts that post misleading or defamatory things online. Guess what? The state of California is also doing this. The political party noted they will take actions, including up to legal actions, such as disclosure requests based on facts as necessary, if users post false or misleading information or engage in malicious defamation on social media platforms. It's worth noting the Provider Liability Limitation Act has been around since 2001. What? It's your Patriot Act? You don't say. So this is nothing new, though the act was most recently revised back in 2022 to make it smoother for victims of infringement of rights or slander online to get help. It remains unclear how the Japanese government, specifically its leading Liberal Democratic Party portion, will take measures against netizens both in Japan and globally. Other countries, like the United Kingdom, have gone so far as to use AI to scan for what they deem as hate speech, after which they've been sending local police to confront and sometimes arrest individuals for things posted online. Japan's other popular political party, the far-right party Sanseito, wants to censor things like anime and manga, but for an entirely different reason, to shift themes from being successful products to intentionally push curated, conservative, or traditional social values. To be fair, if you did push conservative social values, you might improve the birth rate. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. I want to see the most conservative ecchi, right? Like, all right. Meanwhile, again, Japan's birth rate issue. Dating app full of AI people. Very popular among 40-something married men in Japan. That'll fix the birth rate.
What is this even? What would that even be for? Just popular among married men.
Yeah, it's married men. What they need to do is make a cuckold website instead.
AI.
Make a cuckold website and then have the married men, fuck their wives. Because not only will they get money from the cuckold, they'll be able to fuck their wife and increase the population, right?
They're in their 40s, bro. Those wives better be young. Look, all I'm saying is that if instead of going on an AI dating, they went and found a hot young thing to fuck instead of their wife, they might still have babies and therefore birth rate solved. All I'm saying. Sanseito, on the other hand, their local assembly member in Japan's Okinawa, says transgender identities are contagious. A local assembly member from the populist Sanseito party said transgender identities are contagious during a city council session in Naha and Okinawa Prefecture, a remark that surfaced on Sunday. Keiko Wada, a first-term Naha City Assembly member, made the comment during a regular September council meeting. She argued children might be influenced if schools conduct LGBT education, suggesting it could increase the number of transgender people. It will. Wada, who topped the vote count in the Naha City Assembly election in July, also said schools should prioritize referring transgender students to psychologists capable of healing mental wounds rather than providing support based on their gender identity. She confirmed the remark, but insisted she had not intended discrimination. Conservative Sanseito, founded in 2020, has recently gained traction with its Japanese First banner and controversial rhetoric, particularly targeting foreigners, immigration, and those seen as out of step with the country's traditional values. It has gained national recognition for its headline positions on education, COVID-19 measures such as vaccination, and family issues. Japan has been criticized internationally for lagging in protecting LGBT rights. You know, I just want this to be obvious. Japan has a birth rate issue. So does every fucking where else on the planet. The only difference is that everywhere else on the planet is also importing the third world, which is not LGBTQ. And those people are having kids. How about that? If you stop the third world coming into Japan, you have to solve the other issue. Sounds like Sanseto's got the right idea. Just saying. Speaking of which, the foreign population in Japan achieved a record high with 3.95 million, and non-Japanese babies make up more than 3% of births in Japan, which is a record high. And while it's still relevant, Charlie Kirk's final message to Japan. Let's watch.
Charlie Kirk さんから今回日本に来て最後のメッセージをお願いしたい。
You have a wonderful country, and you have a wonderful country because of the people. And when the people are no more, I don't think this will be a wonderful country. And a replacement is trying to come underway. And I understand, politicians have to say things like, well, I'm not against this, I'm not against xenophobic, but in some ways, you're already debating on their terms by even having to say that. You have to just say, I love Japan. I want Japan to be for Japanese. And if you're against it, you're the problem. You're imposing something parasitic in our home. Just, you are wonderful people. God bless Japan. Thank you so much for welcoming me. Thank you.
どうもじゃあもう一度盛大な拍手をチャーリー・カークさんによろしくお願いします。
Fuck this fly. God damn it. Ah, he landed on my light. I'm going to flick that fucker. Ah, fucker. God damn it. You got to wait. Yeah, I couldn't say it better myself. He said it in the most respectful way possible. I am not capable of that. That's why you heard me say all that other stuff. Reporter surrounded in Hokkaido's illegal Pakistani settlement as city and police stand by. Is that a storm cloud with lightning striking her butt? A shocking report out of Hokkaido details how a Japanese YouTuber entering an illegal Pakistani village was surrounded and told to go home, with city officials admitting the area contains 76 illegal buildings yet doing nothing. The so-called foreign settlement has been left to fester while local authorities look away. In the northern city of Ebetsu, Hokkaido, a journalist investigating what locals call a Pakistani village near Kakuyama allegedly found himself immediately surrounded by foreign men who shouted, "Japanese, go home!" despite the fact he was standing on a public road in Japan. I resisted at first, he explained, but I genuinely felt my life was in danger, so I left. The settlement, consisting of mosques and used car businesses operated by Pakistani nationals, has been officially documented by Ebetsu City as containing 76 illegal buildings. The city acknowledges their existence, yet no demolition orders or effective measures have been carried out. Police likewise remain inactive, leaving the area in what the reporter bluntly called a lawless zone. Before visiting, the reporter consulted fellow YouTuber Kidman, who warned him of the risk. They'll surround you, so be careful. That warning turned out prophetic, as the encounter escalated almost instantly upon arrival. What makes the situation even more alarming is the sense of abandonment by local authorities. While Ebetsu has been busy counting Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters' second team, busy courting Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters' second team with talk of new baseball facilities, the reality on the ground is that Japanese citizens cannot even walk safely on their own roads without being told to leave by foreigners occupying illegal structures. It's simply too dangerous. This is what a slum really looks like, the report concluded, painting a picture of a city either unwilling or incapable of enforcing its own laws. One can only imagine how absurd it looks to outsiders. In Japan itself, Japanese are being chased off public land by illegal settlements while officials shrug. Hold on, I got something I might want to just toss in here. I think it's this one. So I don't know that this specifically is happening in Hokkaido. I don't think it is. But I did see this. I'm going to share it with audio real quick. Streamer attacked for filming in Japan. Now, as you'll notice, the guy is not Japanese. In fact, he almost looks a little bit more... I mean, let's just say he's Adrian Brody, but he kind of looks not Japanese. How about that? It says here he's in Shinjuku, not Hokkaido, but...
Oh, what they say?
Please make sure to check information.
Scam? You want to go home?
What the fuck is your problem?
Kaylee Dope says, damn.
Stop that bullshit.
What?
I said stop that bullshit.
What bullshit?
The bullshit you are doing, stop it.
Napadale says,
Okay,
get a lens
buddy.
and DP. We'll soon shut him up.
Damn it. I paused it like one frame too late. As you can see, this very Japanese sounding guy over here just knocked the camera to the ground. And these guys don't look concerned yet, which I find a little strange.
Soon shut him up.
What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here.
What's the
Yo,
fuck off, bro.
I will
What's
break
your
down your phone now. Take that phone away from me.
Fuck off, bro. Okay. Okay.
MS Nikita says, fuck this.
Okay. Hold on.
Tsunami01 says, get your African ass
No.
away.
They picked the perfect place to end the clip, I guess. All right. That's actually a beautiful segue. Japan leaning towards scrapping Africa hometown program after backlash. Whoa! We're gonna read this one instead. Japan may rename the JICA, what was it? Japan something, I don't remember. Hometown project after immigration panic erupts online. Japan's JICA and Foreign Ministry are considering renaming their new hometown exchange program with African cities after online rumors claimed it would bring mass immigration, sparking backlash against the 4 participating Japanese cities. The Japanese government is scrambling to contain public backlash over JICA's hometown program, which pairs 4 Japanese cities with African counterparts to promote cultural exchange. What culture do they have to give to the Japanese that the Japanese need? It seems like a one-way street. And if I kept reading and you learned the cities, you'd agree with me. Announced on August 21st during TICAD, the program linked Nagai Yamagata with Tanzania, Sanjo Niigata with Ghana, Kisarazu Chiba with Nigeria, and Imabari Ehime with Mozambique. Now, I just want to be very clear here. Each of those places probably actually has better behaved people than wherever the guy in the video we just watched is from. Like America or the UK, right? Soon after, Nigeria's government posted and later deleted claims that Japan would issue special visas under the program. This spread across social media, fueling fears that the project would increase immigration. Even after corrections, protests and angry calls flooded JICA and the 4 cities. JICA says several municipalities have demanded a name change, arguing that the word hometown misled the public. The agency and the foreign ministry are now in talks with the cities and will soon decide whether to rename the program, though some officials doubt renaming alone would end the uproar. It remains to be seen whether or not the increase in migrants will occur as a result of this program. What? Just a little plum.
You have food in you.
I know. You're rectifying that right now. There's also a fly in here, and he's driving me nuts. He's currently hiding. He wants to gaslight you with my story that he exists.
I know he exists.
All right.
Tom earlier gets stuck on the window. I thought
Yeah.
he'd just kill himself.
I hope. Stupid fly. All right. Lastly, Saitama Assemblyman claims foreigners have no fundamental human rights.
I'd vote for him.
Mm-hmm. This guy for Prime Minister. A Japanese politician has stirred controversy after declaring in open session that foreigners in Japan are not entitled to fundamental human rights, before scrambling to walk back his words and have them stricken from the record. The incident occurred on October 1st. I'm just pointing out the fatigue is real, right? Like the fatigue that Japan is dealing with is so goddamn real that they're like, whoa, strike that from the record. Everybody knew and agreed with what I said, but just for the history books, don't let me have said it. So the incident occurred on October 1st at the Saitama Prefectural Assembly, where independent lawmaker Masahide Mori, 56, raised questions regarding crimes committed by foreigners. In his address, he asserted, quote, simply being in Japan means their legal standing is different from Japanese citizens. There are no such things as fundamental human rights for foreigners. Governor Motohiro Ono immediately rejected the comment, stating, quote, I do not share the view that foreigners lack fundamental human rights. After the session ended, Moroi attempted to clarify his meaning in interviews, claiming that what he intended to highlight was that foreigners do not enjoy the same political rights as Japanese citizens, such as voting or running for office. He added that he had no time during questioning to fully explain himself. Moroi subsequently announced that he would withdraw his remarks and have them deleted from the assembly record. Nevertheless, the gaffe has already drawn criticism from other assembly factions who questioned both the appropriateness of the statement and Moroi's subsequent justification. Dang. Chimped out, or whatever the word is. Anybody got pickups?
If I had pickups, I would have put them there. This is where I put my pickups. If I had them, that's one.
Great. No time to eat. Anime Fan 007 ordered a game over a year ago that finally came. Had a VTuber merch.
Goblin Slayer.
Oh.
A game. Goblin Slayer. Limited.
I think I recognize the VTuber, but I'm not quite sure.
Mercy?
She's like a rabbit. Well, obviously like a rabbit, but I think she's like Filipino or something, or maybe like I can't think of it. Maybe Filipino or something, but I can't quite put my finger on it. You know, she could be from like she could be Vietnamese, but I can't tell by the voice.
There's a lot of Filipino ones. Anime Fan 007 also said, I got my Steam Deck early Christmas gift from my dad. And finally, Volume of Twin Star has come.
Have you been waiting for this one to be released, or have you been waiting for you to purchase
I think this is like this is the last one.
Mm-hmm. Volume 35.
Okay.
Huh.
You got a pizza for dinner? Lucky.
I had 2 hot dogs, 2 hard-boiled eggs, some bacon, and a handful of lettuce.
Ugh.
I was with you on the hot dogs, and then you lost me at the eggs. And
I hate hard-boiled
I'm
eggs.
having steak sandwiches for dinner.
Lucky.
Enriv says I got to get the last 2 Twin Star volumes. I usually would just get them at a Barnes and Noble when I got, but I've never seen either of them.
You can order them through Barnes and Noble. You can go up to the desk and be like, "Hey, I'd like to order, these ones."
There's also Amazon.
Yeah.
And Crunchyroll.
Also,
Asian Kung Fu Generation Wonder Future. Huh. Enriv picked up Dragon. What?
Dragon's Crown Pro.
Oh, Crown. I was like Dragon's Prom. Like Dead or Alive 5. Onimusha 3, good choice. And Gex Trilogy. And Sab got number 6. Isn't that a yowie? Thank you, Reese. All right. That's great. That definitely worked the way it should have.
Everybody like that.
Fuck. All right. Motherfucker. I've got fucking speedy so this fucking fly doesn't land right on my damn pizza.
So how's your week been, Greenline?
my week been pretty good.
Oh, you're eating too.
Oh, that was a leap. Good for you, Zinger. I just got my food. The cat's looking down on me. From my upper level, where I used to have the 2 swimsuit ladies, and he's just like, I'm gonna jump. It's just like, oh, I hope you don't jump on my food, motherfucker. They hop, man. They're just like, I think I can get up there.
We've had like the most skeleton crew we've had for a show, and
A long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I've been pretty good. I've been trying to find. I have a lineup of Halloweeny quote unquote shows. So I have Garai Zero that I just got. I have Toilet Bound Hanaku, Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle. Is this a zombie? And Testament of a Sister New Devil that I have lined up to watch this month for quote unquote spooky stuff. I kind of want to get ghost stories, but I don't have the funds to pick up ghost stories yet.
All right.
What about you? What have you been doing?
I'm gonna try and finish Cat's Eye, and then I'll try and watch Jujutsu Kaisen before season 3 starts in January.
Yeah. What about you, Brad? Watch any Halloween shows?
I watched Demon Slayer, and next week I'm watching Chainsaw Man for the movie.
That would be a good one to do for a watch club.
Oh,
next
wouldn't
week.
it? I would love that.
And which one would be good for a watch club?
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
All right.
Can't wait to
Only
do that in
we're
like
done with this
6 years.
fucking manifesto.
This other show that's probably Attack on Titan would be good for it.
Yeah, rub it in. Rub it in how hard I have had to work this entire year. I'm burning the candle on all sides. All right, yeah. It's
We could
almost
just
like
drop the manifesto.
no, because I have profound things to say. All right. Steins Gate writer, not a fan of credit card crackdown on Japanese media, wants to create opportunities to make adult games in a way that fits the times. Yoshihime Yasuda said, "Some of you might not know, but I'm currently not working on the new Lollipop Chainsaw development for personal reasons. Still, I'm concerned about the current environment of the games industry, and I do want to return to game development someday while attending to personal matters I'll keep speaking out on the censorship by my own choice. Chibi talks about this person's Patreon page getting removed, says, let me get this straight. Payment processors force Patreon to remove fictional content. Artists can lose their income because of censorship at any moment. Roblox and OnlyFans have a track record of hurting kids, but payment processors allow payments to Roblox and OnlyFans. This individual talks about their Patreon getting destroyed because they made 18 plus content, right? And PayPal specifically, fucking fly. PayPal specifically nuked their ability to have it, right? And we covered this about a game programmer who had their entire funds usurped and just pulled off by PayPal that they were attempting to send to the devs of their games or whatever. Savvy says, I know the big focus was Visa and MasterCard, but we really need to be going after PayPal. I will do the same for them as I did for the other two. Between their terms of service and some ethics complaints and phone calls, we should hopefully be able to help. Collective Shout named them as well. Don't forget. HoloLive shop to axe PayPal payments this October. I'm brand unsafe. I'm pretty sure we don't need to read this. It's pretty self-explanatory. However, can I get baby on screen? Look at that baby on screen. Baby!
Where's the tab? It's up there.
There we go. DL site launches Mina no Ginko payment as a new instant bank-to-bank payment option. DL site.
Maybe keep scrolling down just a little bit more.
DL site. The leading Japanese platform for 2D doujin and digital works has launched a new payment method called Mina no Ginko Kesai. Mina bank payment. Mina means like everyone, like hello everyone, like come on everyone.
I
Let's do it
want
together.
the channel to stay safe, okay? And
She's wearing a thong. It's all right.
we couldn't see it from that when you would just see her the bottom part. Yeah, I don't know.
Good job, Deku.
As of October 6th, according to parent company Vivian, the service allows users to make direct instant payments by linking their Mina no Ginko digital bank account with their Vivian ID, eliminating the need for traditional credit cards. Mina no Ginko is a smartphone-based digital bank that handles everything from transfers and payments to savings entirely within its app. Users can open an account in as little as 5 minutes, making it one of Japan's most accessible financial platforms. According to Vivian, the decision to introduce the new payment option came in response to the rapid growth of Japan's cashless economy and the increasing demand for safer, more convenient online payment methods. The partnership between Vivian, Mina no Ginko, and parent company Geo Group aims to create a seamless payment experience for DL Site's growing global audience, particularly those who prefer not to use credit cards. Did you guys know that I bought something off DL Site one time?
No, this is a new development for me.
Do you guys remember the Doujin fart actress article we read?
Oh yeah, I remember this now.
Yeah, I bought that off of DL Site for a OCA podcast clip that I never actually edited because, quite frankly, I didn't want to listen to the fart thing. Now with AI, things are a little easier though. I might be able to translate it a little bit easier and actually edit that video. But I have a book, I got the manifesto, I got videos to work on, movies to go see, shows to watch so I can watch those movies. My life is full. Let's see. But if you support the channel, there you go. That's the way. Now I'm thinking. Vivian stated that Mina no Ginko payment will gradually expand to other services within the Vivian group, strengthening its digital ecosystem and offering unified payment system across multiple platforms. And lastly, Tora no Ana cuts off Visa and MasterCard and switches to AU Pay. After Visa and MasterCard transactions were suspended on its mail-order doujinshi service, Tora no Ana has added AU Pay as a local payment option, part of a growing trend of Japanese adult content platforms building workarounds to financial censorship. Tora no Ana, one of Japan's major retailers for adult doujinshi and independent comics, announced on October 8th that due to long-standing suspension of Visa and MasterCard transactions in effect since August last year, it is now supporting AU Pay, a popular domestic smartphone payment method with tens of millions of users. The move is a strategic countermeasure against financial censorship facing adult content platforms. The company hasn't publicly confirmed the exact reason behind. Fucking hate this fly. Bitch, you land, I will kill you with this plate.
Not the plate.
Let me dump the food off of it first.
Glass shards everywhere.
Did I hit him? No. Fucker.
There's that paper plate.
Ah!
You never kill anything in
I
there
can
like that.
fucking hear him. Yeah, I do all the time. The best way to kill a fly is with a fucking towel. Just like, oh, bam! Fucker always goes quiet as soon as I start looking for him. Anyway, I don't think it really matters. The company hasn't publicly confirmed the exact reason behind their credit card suspensions, but given that Tora no Ana hosts sexual or women-targeted doujinshi, a genre often scrutinized by card processors, many suspect it was pressure from payment networks refusing to service content viewed as risky. Anyway, I think that about says it. We don't need to read anymore. In Kickstarter news, 5 days left on The Art of Star Wars: A New Hope, the manga by Hisao Tamaki. So, get it or miss out, I guess. Also, Berserk, the board game, has 15 days left, and they have made 1 million euros. What the fuck? They're not even at their 150,000. What? Oh, they're 910% funded. Okay, never mind. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. All right, cool. Anyway, so if you guys wanted to get this, there it is.
Probably got all the stretch goals if there was any.
Fly. Anyway, I think previously we didn't actually get to look at it because it hadn't actually been live yet. Now it is live. So we previously looked at the stuff that I had found that was like leaked or whatever.
All right, yeah.
I saw on the Berserk subreddit recently, somebody was pointing out how similar the eclipse is to the ending to Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm like, fuck, I never thought of that.
Oh, shit. That's cool.
God, there's so many fucking pieces. Damn. There's Slan. Maybe I should stop scrolling actually before I get to Slan. Well, they censored it before, right? Baby on screen, just in case.
Crap, we're lost. Big baby? There, you got big baby.
Oh, I was gonna say little baby, but yeah, I feel like I could show that, but maybe not.
Did you go past Slan?
Yep, I'm past Slan. I don't know if it's any better.
Oh yeah, the dick-headed monsters.
The dick-headed monsters section. Damn. This goes through the whole fucking series, huh? Oh my god, how long is this image? Oh my god! Jeez!
Oh, they even got the captain in there? Nice.
20 maps? Damn, this seems way too complicated to enjoy.
Two booklets?
Let me consult.
Not one, but two booklets?
One's a PDF. No, they're both PDFs. One's in English and one's in French, I'm guessing. Yeah, let me consult the PDF of rules.
PDF because printing it would cost too much.
Jesus Christ.
Oh shit.
This seems complicated as fuck. Okay.
That's lame balls.
Oh my god, this is too complicated. Any board game for which it would be easier to play if you had a fucking app open on your phone to keep track of how many fucking like buffs and losses you have to your base score is too much for me. How much is it? Only 200 euros.
No wonder they got past 1 million.
Yeah. This is one of those things where you buy it and then you never open it.
Right.
And then you ask yourself, why did I buy this? Where do I put this? Holy shit. How come more? More!
Why are there so many goddamn figures in here?
You're going to spend easily like an hour just sorting out the figures to even set up the stupid game.
I imagine these are all going to be unpainted.
Yeah.
So, fuck, dude. I know people paint their miniatures and shit, but imagine having to paint every single one of those fucking things.
I mean, if that's your jam, you'd probably enjoy it.
That's your jam, but imagine if you had to. Imagine if that was your jam. You're like, fuck me, dude. I'd rather go through.
For fuck's sake, it never ends.
That's pretty cool. Like, just having, like, the really cool ones and painting those. Like,
how is this still
make it worth it just to have, like, the little figures on your shelves.
Oh, my God. All right. Man, I almost starved to death on the journey. Holy shit. All right. Moving these off screen. What's next? Here. All right. Mortal Kombat 2. To give Kitana as much spotlight as Johnny Cage. Stories are, quote, very much interwoven. Now, when I read that headline, you know what flashed into my head? Sonya Blade. And I thought to myself, fuck. Kitana is going to be ugly as sin. She's going to have tired looking skin. And I miss the colorful, more attractive skinned women from the 90s, which this appears to be from Mortal Kombat 2. And then I read Kitana undoes her hair tie to use a ribbon as a weapon against Jade in Mortal Kombat 2 2025. This is from the movie. This isn't the old one. Like, whoa. Did we just win?
I think we won with Carl Urban alone.
Yes, of course. This isn't coming out in 2025 anymore, though, is it? Didn't it get pushed to like February or something next year? Despite holding him back for the sequel and then focusing most of its initial marketing on his debut, Mortal Kombat 2 will not be a Johnny Cage-centric adventure, but instead divide its screen and script time between him and the franchise's resident fan duelist, Kitana.
May 15th.
Oh. May 15th.
next year.
So yeah. So mid-May. That means I only have a month and a half before Dan's in town for Anime Expo, if he even comes in town, to be honest.
That might be pushing it. I did see that Johnny Cage trailer thing when I was doom scrolling last night on Facebook, and I remember who you were talking about. He jumps over the missile. It hits
And then it goes underneath him and then up and then hits the
and the car
helicopter.
behind him is still on fire somehow.
Yeah. The insight into the sequel film's split focus was provided by the Femme Fatale's actress Adeline Rudolph during a pre-New York Comic-Con 2025 interview given to Entertainment Weekly's Nick Romano. Especially when I first read the script, it felt very much like the intertwining of two worlds. You have Earthrealm, and then you have Edenia and Outworld, said the actress, perhaps best known for her role as Agatha in the CW's Chilling Adventures of Sabrina TV series. Kitana's storyline feels very much interwoven into Johnny Cage's story, and they go in and out of each other throughout the movie.
Oh, so she's a love interest.
Turning to her experience bringing the Mortal Kombat mainstay to the big screen, Rudolph recalled, I was worried that I wasn't going to book the role. I kept feeling like Kitana's such an intricate character and so hard to nail because she's regal and very poised, but on the flip side, she's very vulnerable and very empathetic. So I felt to mix the two was difficult, but also an exciting challenge. As their time together drew to a close, Rudolph ultimately expressed her hope that the audience will vibe with Kitana and Johnny's intertwining story, the latter as played by The Boys star Carl Urban, which she described as the heartbeat of this story, before also noting that Johnny Cage not being as seasoned as Kitana can be quite comedic. Okay. Notably, while the above quotes, as provided by Romano, did not make as bombastic of a claim as Cage and Kitana are co-headliners, it appears some portions of their conversation clearly indicated as such, as the reporter makes a number of references to the fact in his own words. Quote, Adeline Rudolph's fan-wielding Princess of Edenia plays just as big a role in the sequel as Carl Urban's Johnny Cage. He introduces his write-up. Ahead of the sequel's presence at New York Comic-Con this weekend, Rudolph and McQuaid preview how the movie is just as much about Kitana as it is about Urban's Johnny Cage. I mean, the first movie was about Kano, Sonya Blade, a character they fucking made up, Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, right? Like, and I'm probably even forgetting Jax. He was also a big focus. Like, I don't understand why they're saying, like, it's not going to be the Johnny Cage show. Ah! It's like, why the fuck would it be? Right? Though details remain scarce regarding just how these two fighters will come to cross paths, the aforementioned Urban did previously speak to Johnny Cage's specific storyline during a post-trailer launch interview given to IGN. Quote, when we first discover Johnny, he is sort of lacking a lot of the quintessential spark that I think fans of the game will know. We start with him. We start him at a very low point. His career is completely in the dumps. He has no self-confidence. He has neglected his martial arts training, and at his lowest point, he gets called up to essentially be a warrior that represents the Earth realm and fight for the very future of humanity. And as I read the script, I found it just such a compelling, interesting, dynamic journey. We start this character in one place, and as an audience, we get to see him evolve and grow. Honestly, there's a little bit of a, like, I almost wish, this would never have worked, right? But I almost wish, like, Brendan Fraser played him, just because Brendan Fraser's kind of in that position where his career's kind of, like, fizzled out. You know what I mean? His action movie career kind of thing, right? This is his character in one place in the audience. You can see him evolve and grow. a wonderful facet of the writing is they really humanize the character of Johnny, and he's not some two-dimensional character. Not that he ever was, but he has room to grow, and he certainly does that as he gains his confidence and gains his belief in himself, and some of that sort of cockiness and swagger starts to come through. Oh, God damn it. That's it. Okay, wait. Mortal Kombat 2 is currently set to commence its titular tournament on October 24th. Did you fucking miss the memo? No, this is from like this week. This came out today. Mortal Kombat 2 release date. Did they move it back?
I don't think so.
It says May 15th on Wikipedia. Huh.
IMDb said the same thing.
Yeah. Wow. Great job, Spencer. Anyway, in other live action news, actually, let's
Look
go
up
through,
Green Line.
let's go through some chats while we wait for Green Line to wake up.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, I did get the Dead or Alive 5 costume DLCs, and yes, I bought Dead or Alive 5 exclusively for gooning purposes.
Same. I need to get another copy because I lost it in the fire. But yeah, I did Live 5 too.
Couldn't even let me have that. Oh, sorry. I don't know what that's going on. Oh, the yeah, damn it, Reese couldn't even let me have that for the
Ochako.
For the Ochako, yeah. Honestly, the only issue with Mortal Kombat 2 is just the Jade actress. Literally just give her a wig, and I think people wouldn't care. Oh, really? Does suck, though, that they're hyping up Johnny Cage without Kitana. Feels very misleading to fans. Huh. Someone is wooing in the background noise. Yeah, my daughter is calling for the dog and playing with him. Netflix One Piece live action possibly tinkering with Crocus and Laboon origin.
Well, neither of those look
also
like
here's
and Laboon origins.
Yeah,
well,
here's the origin of your boner. The latest teaser for season 2 of the live-action Netflix One Piece series reveals the Crocus backstory might be altered slightly, as his home might be relocated from inside the whale Laboon to land. Chloe, go upstairs! You're making so much noise! It's a change fans already see as another example of live adaptations stripping away the absurd fantasy that makes the original great. In a new teaser, which I didn't know came out, I haven't seen that. Why didn't Crunchyroll write a fucking article about this? Let me find out. Okay, so the teaser is not a visual. It's like the image that they're talking about here. Never mind. Cool. Didn't miss anything. I have even more than this to show you. In a new teaser, Crocus no longer appears to live within Laboon's belly, as in the manga and anime, but instead seems to reside on land, possibly at the Twin Cape Lighthouse. Thoughts on this, Green Line, before we keep going?
I think they cheapened out for the Laboon and the stuff. They didn't want to like incorporate it into the show. But here's the thing:
Laboon is definitely in the show.
Well, like they have Laboon, but they didn't want to like put Crocus because he lives in the whale. He's Pinocchioing it up. Like maybe they didn't want to like put too much effort into like having to put CGI all around and make that type of environment. They wanted a real set. But the thing is that he does have the lighthouse, or there. I'm pretty sure there's a structure where he like lived before. But I don't know how
he goes into the whale.
I have to wonder how much of this is actual, like we're on set and talking with the other actor, or how much of this is from the show.
Right.
Yeah, we're just hanging out off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing: like he used to live on land in the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
He just moved into Laboon's stomach for mild spoiler reasons, but for spoiler reasons, he moved in.
Well, I think it's possible that they've restructured the story to streamline it a little bit, and it'll be obvious when you see it, like, oh yeah, I see why they did this, even though you might not have wanted that. When you see what they do with the rest of the story, it might make sense. But it says here in the original canon, the Straw Hats find Crocus inside Laboon. Is it Crocus or Crocus?
Crocus sounds better.
He's muted. In the original canon, the Straw Hats find Crocus inside Laboon, living on a fragment of island lodged in the whale's stomach. That absurd symbolic setup underlines One Piece's embrace of the impossible, a man waiting inside a whale as a testament to loyalty, grief, and endurance. The live adaptation's choice to relocate Crocus to dry land may feel like a small tweak, but it strips out much of the narrative weight. Defenders of the adaptation often argue that minor changes are necessary when translating from page to screen, but this isn't just a pragmatic edit. It's the same pattern we see across every faithful adaptation. The fantastical gets toned down, the weirdness gets sanitized, the allegory gets flattened. And why? Because in live action, the bizarre has to be made believable, even at the cost of what made the original come alive. I think that is a dramatic oversimplification.
Yeah.
I think that in the medium, you will lose the viewer if you go jump the shark levels of crazy with it.
Also, I'd like to point out the article is kind of wrong. He didn't Laboon didn't just swallow an island. Like he built like a floating small island. Crocus did. Maybe he got Laboon to swallow, but it's lined with metal because he lives inside a fucking whale's stomach. I'd like to remind people of that. So it's lined with a metal that the acid can't eat away. Yeah. So that's another thing.
So did he build it inside, or did he get swallowed in order and he was able to?
There's an entire structure system inside Laboon's body.
Yeah, I know, because that's where they meet up with Vivi, right?
Yeah, Vivi and another dude.
Cool. So I have more to look at. This is the poster for season 2. I love this. Into the Grand Line. Fucking fly! God damn it! The cruise never coming back. And just to give you a frame of reference on scale, this is the Going Merry, the whole ship, right?
Yep.
So then I've also got these images. That's probably the lighthouse they were at.
Yep.
Fucking fly. Oh my god. I should just get some raid and just all right, so that's that. Here is Crocus reading the newspaper. Here's the image we were looking at previously. Luffy. And then somebody pointed this out. I don't know what any of this means because I haven't watched any of One Piece past what was covered in season 1 of the live action. Coletta? Is that what that says? Does that mean anything to you, Greenline?
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm drawing a blank.
The comment says super.
Oh, it's from a later arc.
Okay.
I think it's
anyway,
a shipbuilding company.
Any thoughts on this, or should we?
Laboon specifically, he was very cartoony in the show and in the manga. He very much has this almost chibi, not chibi, but cartoonish charm to him because they want to make the whale cute. Oda was like, hey, a cute whale. Live action, they made a whale. I don't know how you make a cute whale. And it's one of the things that I don't think works in live action. Now, when I say works, there's obviously, levels to that. Obviously, people will be like, no, it totally works. And to an extent, I yes, you can make it. I think it does work. But I think, you'd have to pull up a photo of Laboon from
anime,
but It's tough.
Excuse me while I go get a fucking fly swatter.
It's
Okay.
tough to make a character that was supposed to be cute and adorable. Like,
Oh, I
like,
missed him. Yeah.
like, it's not the same thing, but be reminded of like Edward.
I hit him!
from Cowboy Bebop. Oh, you got him. Nice.
Is that Spot? No, that's probably pizza.
It's probably Pikachu's. Think
I don't
Ed-
hear him anymore though.
Maybe you got him.
I think I
Think
did.
Ed from Cowboy Bebop, where it's like, hey, we're gonna transfer this character into live action. That from a
That was a mistake I'll never make again.
a one-to-one adaptation of that character just is not going to work. Yeah, it's not going to work. It's going to come off really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So with Laboon, it's like we're gonna make a one-to-one of this whale. Okay, it's not nearly as cute. He looks like a whale, which
Yeah.
you know, I mean, maybe to some people whales are adorable and cute, maybe true, but like I don't see the cuteness that the manga and anime both tried to amplify.
I'm sorry, looking at pictures of it. It is quite cute, especially this plushie of it I'm looking at with the straw hat thing drawn on the fucking front of it.
Is what I'm saying not making sense, or
let me just pull this in here for a minute. All right, I just want to point out once again, this is the Going Merry.
Yep.
Look at the scale of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now realize what happens in the show. That they paint with all the paint in the entire world.
Yeah. Like, I don't even think you can. I don't even know how they're gonna do that in the Netflix show. I really. I mean, they're gonna do it.
No, he survived, and I threw away my plate. Fucker.
It's like I live to fight another day. Again, I'm nitpicking.
Stunned. Yeah.
I'm nitpicking probably, but like I don't. There's a certain charm that some of these characters have, and yeah, see, there you go. There's a charm to like his character in manga and cartoon form. You put him in live action and you try to make him realistic. It does, from my personal standpoint, it does not work the same way.
No, totally, especially those eyes.
You lose the charm of that character, and so now it's like, okay, let's. What are they going to do? Make him have constant whale noises to be like, oh no.
Yeah.
They're. I'm trying to articulate it and it's not quite coming through. Like I don't know. I just don't think it's one of those things that I don't think works in live action.
One of the things I was thinking when looking at this is that his fucking eyes are way back here from the front. That's a different look, right? They're having to do some crazy camera effects to be able to see that at that scale, Damn. And the waves look huge. Huge fucking fractals.
Which that particular setting kind of doesn't make... I get why they did it because it's how to frame the poster, but it doesn't make sense for how the story plays out.
Because it happens in between the cavern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least you remember that. Yeah. So it's like, how did... And again, nitpick, it doesn't matter for the poster. But I don't think it works for the character. Crocus, we saw Crocus in a couple photos. He's the most normal looking. I mean, he still looks bizarre, but he
looks like
to be fair to
Boomy or whatever his name is from Avatar.
Yeah. He's probably one of the more normal looking characters. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say. He looks kind of bizarre with that thing around his head, but I swear to you, he's one of the more normal looking characters when you compare him to other characters that will
come Smoker.
Yeah, it's how are you even gonna?
Yeah.
I get that I'm being very nitpicky with this kind of crap, but there's certain things that I think can work well in live action. And then there's several things that I don't care how much you fuck with it. I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah.
It's gotten more and more fantastical. As it's gone on. Anime specifically has gotten more fantastical, and so it's
So this is coming out 2026. So I'm hoping to have the fucking book done next month, and then, or maybe if I'm lucky by the end of this month, and then hopefully Manifesto out of the way by the end of the year, and then we'll start One Piece. We have a bunch of watch clubs to get through in a single week. All right, cool. Let's move past this. All right, in streaming news, we've got some stuff. All right. Gintama, seasons 2 and 3's English dub is streaming on Hulu. I forgot why Footnum asked me to include this.
I think it was because this hasn't been dubbed before.
Yeah, I want to say it hasn't been dubbed. At least.
Okay, so yeah. So the point is
50
that
to 150.
Animation only did season 1. Is that correct? Is that what
Season
what
3,
was?
I think.
No, yeah, they did like series 3, which was like season 4 or 5.
So maybe this is season 2 and 3 English dub, referring only to season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Sentai had season 1.
Yeah, I think
For a
Sentai
while
did it.
there. But I don't think they dubbed it.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong.
I'm gonna see if I can open it in Hulu and just see.
Feel free to correct me in the comments.
There should have been a. We should have.
If they have the dub for episode 1 through.
They really captured Rachel Zegler in Attack on Titan, didn't they?
Yeah. So 1 through 49 is dubbed. Oh, let me click on season 2. Okay. Season 2, episode 50 does not say dub. Episode 51 does. All the way through. '99. So yeah, season 2 fully dubbed, except for episode 50. It doesn't label it dubbed. Maybe it is. And then it looks like season 3 is also dubbed all the way through episode 150. So I wonder if they're using AI dubbing. I don't know what to have Footnum look into it. We'll come back to it. In other news, Oshi no Ko season 3 is going to stream on Crunchyroll.
Hidive has confirmed they will not be streaming it.
Is it because they don't want to have the Ruby Aqua incest scene?
There isn't a Ruby Aqua in
Damn it. Yeah, so
Rip. I don't understand.
Sentai just gave it up, or like what? Like,
yeah, I don't understand. Like, it's one of their more popular shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really banking on that popularity with their release news tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was thinking because Crunchyroll got season 3, that might be why we haven't yet gotten season 2 physically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
Did
could
they
be.
not get the release rights for or the.
I have no idea, but I mean, we should have gotten season 2, this year on disc. It aired last summer.
Mm-hmm. All right. In much more important news, Ocean Vale announces an English dub of Nukitashi The Animation. This is not a drill. This is real.
Ocean?
No, Ocean Vale.
Okay.
Ocean Vale is so Ascendant Animation is producing the anime's English dub. You know Ascendant Animation, dubbers of such things as The Titan's Bride and Fire in His Fingertips or whatever that's called.
That's all right.
And all of the other yaoi bait or like whatever, or full on straight up yaoi short form hentai. So yeah, naturally they're going to be the ones to bother dubbing this because Funimation never would.
Shame they weren't around when Interspecies Reviewers came out.
Andrew says Sentai will likely release Oshi no Ko Season 2 on Blu-ray. They got the full rights to that before the Sony purchase. Kadokawa purchased Oshi no Ko, produced Oshi no Ko. Sony bought 12% of Kadokawa. Yeah, that could be why. They didn't use AI. They used the Miami cast that dubbed the first 49 episodes back in 2019. Same cast as doing the Ginpachi anime. That's awesome. Nice. All right, Reese, is there anything on this specific article that you'd like me to cover?
I think just the news is that it's getting dubbed. And
Oh,
Okay.
this is okay. I totally spaced on what show this was. I remember now. I remember which
This is
show.
a
this-
show
on
that I
you.
had to heavily censor the opening to. All
Dick mine.
right.
Shame on you.
This is
Shame
how
on
they
you.
announced it. You begged, you've pleaded. We've received the thousands of messages. Now to make you so wet in anticipation. Nukitashi The Animation English dub coming soon. And yes, this is official. And Ascended Anime is going to steer the ship. Mayhem is ensured. So Ocean Vale again is the
The streaming
streaming
service.
partner. We talked previously about somebody who bought Ascendant Animation Blu-rays, and then the Blu-rays they received were Mosaic censored, even though they were the uncut version. And then Ocean Vale started streaming the actual uncut version, and then Ascendant Animation was using the technical term for uncut, which means no changes, instead of the colloquial term everybody expects, which means uncensored, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. Meanwhile, Amazon removes guns from James Bond images, then puts them back after fan backlash.
Good. I don't know why they fucking removed them.
Again, buy physical media, bitch.
Yeah,
Because-
well, we have got some news later on, don't we? That
Yeah.
has me worried about that specific thing.
Because without physical media, at any moment, this kind of bullshit gets greenlit. Like, for a company that spent nearly $8.5 billion acquiring MGM, and with it the entire James Bond catalog, you'd think Amazon might understand what makes 007 007. But over the weekend, Amazon Prime Video managed to shoot itself squarely in the foot by quietly scrubbing guns from the James Bond promotional artwork images, only to restore them after a massive public outcry. Fans first noticed something off when scrolling through Amazon Prime Video's James Bond listings. Iconic posters of Dr. No, GoldenEye, and Spectre suddenly appeared without the series' most recognizable accessory, James Bond's Walther PPK.
I don't think he uses the PPK in the new ones. Could be wrong.
Do you see the bullshit?
Pierce Brosnan's kind of looks okay without the gun in his hand, but yeah, the empty holster on Daniel Craig and the weird cupping of Sean Connery's hand.
Yeah. That's what it originally looked like, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. Now, naturally, when you're going to remove it, people are going to put things there.
Ooh, that's a deadly weapon for sure. Good lord.
The edits were immediately obvious. Sean Connery's famous pose with the silenced pistol cropped out. He's not holding a silenced pistol.
They didn't even have silencers in movies back then. Well, maybe they did.
I think they do. Yeah.
Probably.
Cropped out. Roger Moore's gun hand awkwardly repositioned. Okay, so that's what's different. I was going to say, half of these, their guns aren't even
in the pictures.
yeah.
Roger Moore's just still holding on to his off screen.
Yeah. Even
There's
they're
other-
all holding dildos somewhere. even Daniel Craig's Stoic Spectre one sheet looked bizarrely incomplete. It was as if someone had decided that the world's most famous fictional spy had taken a sudden vow of pacifism.
Just
Within
can't replace
hours,
them with water guns.
the gunless Bond images went viral. Reddit threads exploded. Twitter lit up with memes, and entertainment outlets like Deadline and The Guardian confirmed that Amazon had indeed replaced traditional Bond imagery with sanitized, digitally altered versions. The outrage wasn't about politics. It was about authenticity. James Bond has carried a firearm on every mission since 1962. The tuxedo, the martini, and the gun are all part of the same visual identity. A gun is even part of the franchise's iconic logo. Remove one, and you strip away part of what makes the character special. I love this. Behind the scenes of filming Amazon James Bond opening shot. Looking down at the fucking
Toilet roll.
paper towel roll. Critics accused Amazon of attempting to modernize Bond by erasing what makes him Bond. Others called it an act of cultural vandalism, a prime example of corporate overreach where someone, somewhere, thought audiences might be offended by a movie poster from half a century ago. To Amazon's credit, they didn't dig in their heels. Within 24 hours of the backlash, the company quietly reverted the Bond thumbnails and artwork. Some posters were swapped for more neutral film stills, while others simply restored the original key art. Amazon didn't issue a formal statement, but Deadline confirmed the reversal was a direct result of the negative response. For once, the internet outrage machine may have actually done some good. If this incident had happened a year or two ago, during Jennifer Salke's tenure overseeing Amazon's entertainment division, it's unlikely fans would have seen such a fast turnaround. Under her leadership, the streamer often ignored criticism, even when audiences were shouting from the rooftops. This time, though, someone at Amazon actually listened. That deserves at least a small amount of credit. You can't separate James Bond from his weapon any more than you can separate Indiana Jones from his whip or Thor from his hammer. These aren't tropes, they're symbols of the character's identity. Amazon's decision to alter them showed a stunning lack of awareness about the property it owns. Damn, you didn't learn that when they bought Lord of the Rings? But the quick reversal shows that fan feedback still has power. Maybe, just maybe, someone at Amazon learned the simplest lesson of all. If it isn't broken, don't modernize it. Yep, there you go. Meanwhile, a Korean streamer was killed by a VIP viewer who donated $70,000 after the relationship soured. Fortunately, I don't have any viewers like that. I have cheap viewers on stream. My only concern is the Senate animation dubs are about as good as your typical hentai dub. So I don't have. If Nukitashi had fucking like Golden Globe like level Academy Award performances, I don't want to see it. Like. So I don't have high expectations for the dub, but I'll still watch it anyway. All right, let's find out about this Korean lady. A popular Korean streamer has been found murdered following a dispute with one of her top donors, a man who had reportedly contributed over 100 million won, approximately $70,000 to her channel. Yoon Ji-ya, a TikToker and live streamer with more than 300,000 followers, was discovered dead on a mountainside in Muju County, North Jeolla province on September 11th. Her body bore signs of bruising and strangulation, and police believe she was killed roughly 30 minutes after ending her final broadcast. Damn. The suspect, a man in his 50s, known only as Choi, was a longtime VIP-level supporter who donated heavily under the nickname Black Cat. Note to self, change the name of your YouTube membership tier to VIP level. Choi had presented himself as a successful IT company CEO, but later reports revealed that he was deeply in debt and his home had been repossessed. According to Chosen Lebo, I don't know. Choi convinced Yoon to enter a supposed business partnership with him, blurring the line between fan and colleague. However, Yoon had recently attempted to sever ties due to his increasingly possessive behavior and demands on her time. Security camera footage reportedly shows Choi kneeling and begging Yoon shortly before the incident, around 3:27 p.m. Around 3:27 p.m., Yoon was seen being pulled back into her car against her will. Investigators later confirmed she died of asphyxiation due to neck compression. After the killing, Choi attempted to cover his tracks, transporting her body in a suitcase and making several stops before abandoning it on the mountainside. He was arrested 12 hours later, initially denying the murder. He eventually confessed after police discovered the body. Damn. Such a shame. All right. All right, here we go. Japan box office. Chainsaw Man the movie Reise arc holds number 1 for 3 consecutive weekends. So reminding you that it comes out in the US on October 24th, and that is the real reason that Mortal Kombat decided they couldn't be opening the same weekend, right? That's the real reason. So once again, yeah, they what's up?
They wanted to let Chainsaw Man have some thunder.
Yeah. Yeah, so now they're just going to open in May. Or only thing worse than that is opening in January, right? All right. Also, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, A Lonely Dragon Wants to Be Loved movie comes to theaters later this month. October 20th, even sooner. I thought I was just going to need to, watch 12 episodes of Chainsaw Man, and now it's like, fuck, do I even have time? Do I even have time? It's going to be in the movie theater for like one night.
Have we even done season 2 of Kobayashi's Dragon Maid?
No, that was part of the thing that would have happened if I didn't have to write this book.
Oh, right.
Yeah. All right, Crunchyroll is going to bring That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, the movie Tears of the Azure Sea, to theaters. I will be skipping that, unfortunately. I'm sure it's amazing, but...
You're going to have, you got 3 seasons, a movie. Yeah.
Yep.
And then season 1, season 2, a movie, season 3. Yeah.
So Gachiakuta Core 2 anime trailer reveals Mori Calliope is doing the opening song. She also did the opening. We talked about this, I think. Hold on. Dan was just texting me about it. Oh yeah, the Suicide Squad Isekai show that we covered that last year. Anyway, so she's doing the opening song. And the ending is a bunch of other people I don't know. Anyway, moon passes. Trigun Stargaze anime takes aim with a new trailer, visual in January 2026 premiere.
A lot sooner than anticipated. I thought it might be like the end of the year next year or something.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You want to say anything about this before I scroll down?
I by the looks of this image, I thought they nerfed Millie.
Yeah, so Millie is not in season 1 at all, right?
Right.
Right. But she is here featured in the background as far as possible compared to everybody else. So Millie is going to be in this one.
Mm-hmm.
And here are obviously the character sheets.
It looks like they actually didn't nerf Millie.
Yeah, I mean, she's got no hips whatsoever. Like, can't wait till they make her trans with fake tits. Anyway, moving past that. Kunon the Sorcerer Can See anime premieres in January 2026. Kunon, a young man who cannot see, this is why I got trust issues, has the goal of creating new eyes with water magic. After just 5 months of learning sorcery, Kunon surpassed his own mentor and honed his talent as he tried to do a feat that's never been done before, a fantasy about a young man, a blind genius who opens up the world through the curiosity and the pursuit of magic is about to begin. Damn, that sounds even worse than I thought. Kaya-chan Isn't Scary. Anime reveals January 2026 broadcast. So this is the anime that we've looked at a couple times about the young girl who's constantly getting in trouble at school until one teacher, I'm presuming this one, is able to see the things that Kaya can see, which are all the evil spirits that she's defeating that are getting her into trouble. Sayoshi no Gike o Mederu Tam. Oh god, Nagai Kishimasu light anime broadcast in January 2026. Kier published for upcoming light anime based on Boys Love light novel series. Just pointing out, pretty sure this is pederastic Fujoshi bait. The story follows a young man who reincarnates as Alba, the son of an impoverished aristocratic family, and a supporting character in the protagonist's favorite otome game. Alba is infatuated with Orsis, his new stepbrother by marriage, until he remembers that he himself is destined to die tragically as part of Orsis's character development. Armed with this knowledge, Alba is determined to dodge the death flags so he can continue to dote on the object of his affection.
What are you doing, step bro?
Yeah.
Bringing a whole other meaning to that too.
Kore Kaite Shine, which means draw this, then die. Anime reveals 2026 broadcast. The story follows first-year high school student Yasumi Ai, who lives on Izu Oshima, an island off the coast of Tokyo. Ai starts up a manga club on the island after a certain incident where she starts thinking about creating manga. Wow. The series is semi-based on creator Toyota's life as a manga-loving manga creator who grew up on the same island. Draw this, then die. It's based on my life.
You're drawing this for life, Oda.
There was a cute girl in the heroes party, so I tried confessing to her. Anime reveals 2 more cast members. Well, I hope that's not the cute girl. Reincarnated as a mid-tier demon, Yoki had one job: crush the hero's party. Then he saw the party's priestess, Cecilia, and fell for her hard. Now, this love-struck demon vows to confess his feelings, even if it means betraying the Demon King. Will love bloom between these 2 sworn enemies?
Sounds like it could be funny.
Dad is a hero, mom is a spirit, I'm a reincarnator. Anime introduces Ellen in new character trailer. Who cares about the character trailer? Ellen, an 8-year-old girl and half spirit, once lived as a scientist in modern-day Japan. Now she's being reincarnated into a new family. Roval, her father, and the kingdom's legendary hero, and Origin, her mother, and the Queen of Spirits. On top of that, Ellen herself has the power to manipulate chemical elements. But are Ellen's powers enough to protect their family's happiness? All right, Agents of the Four Seasons Dance of Spring. Anime releases autumn visual. Why does this, at first glance, give me Detective Conan vibes? Case closed.
The design looks familiar, like
Right?
akin to that, right? Like go down a bit. Doesn't it have the characters?
Based on the light novel written by Violet Evergarden creator Kana Akatsuki and illustrated by Suo. Oh, don't know. Says here, winter was once the only season in the world, but such an existence was too lonely to bear. And so it created spring to love. Before long, the earth wished for more time to rest in the cycle, and summer and autumn were born. The ones who carry the cycle are called the agents of the four seasons. Hinagiku, the agent of spring, disappeared from this land 10 years ago, taking the season of spring with her. Now, after incredible hardship, she has returned to restore the cycle to its proper state, and as in the myth passed down since the dawn of time, she sends her love to winter. Jesus Christ, these are dreadful. All right. How are we feeling? We're not even 2 hours in. I guess we can do this. That fly appears to have learned to shut the fuck up because I haven't heard him buzz around in a little while. As soon as I throw away the weapon, I'm sure he'll make another appearance, though. All right. German embassy in Japan reveals its staff are fans of Spy Family.
Okay.
Diplomatic mission is as happy to see the Forgers again as the rest of the fan base is. The Spy Family anime was an immediate hit upon its debut in 2022, with the second season of the TV series and an anime movie airing the next year. After Spy Family Code White hit theaters in December 2023, though, the Forger family went on anime hiatus for almost 2 years. God, has it really been that long? Jeez. As of this month, though, Spy Family is back, with Season 3 debuting on Japanese TV on October 4th, to the delight of fans across Japan, around the world, and in the German embassy. So they tweeted this out. The Forgers come back, right? Yes, the official Twitter account of the German embassy in Japan put out a tweet on Monday, the first business day since Spy Family Season 3's first episode aired, saying how happy they are that the show is back. But why is the German embassy so into the story of a husband and doctor who's really a spy, and a wife and office worker who's really an assassin, and their adopted daughter who's also a psychic? Because as the tweet says, quote, with elements such as setting that's politically divided between East and West, the style of architecture seen in the towns, and the presence of a secret police organization, many people consider Spy Family to be modeled on Germany in the past. Whether that's true or not, thanks seems to be in order. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's Westoria or West Dallas and literally East and West. Come on.
Yeah. To state
Berlin?
the obvious. I love
Literally
how
called
the
Berlin.
German embassy is like, oh, nobody's made this connection. We're gonna be the first. Like, oh my God. To put a finger on it, Spy Family setting feels heavily inspired by the Germany of the 1960s and 70s. The conflict between the fictional countries of Westdalis and Ostania is clearly inspired by the real-world Cold War, but the gadgetry we see Lloyd, Yor, and Anya interacting with suggest a largely pre-digital level of technology. The town the Forgers live in also has a more Western European than Soviet aesthetic, and the closer contact between people of the two rival countries also brings to mind Berlin, that's what I was thinking of, in the years prior to Germany's reunification. With Season 3 starting last weekend, those of us here at the embassy will be keeping an eye on what happens next. The embassy's post goes on to say, hold on. So if you're keeping up with the Forger's newest anime adventures, you've got something in common with German diplomats as well. Jesus Christ. Like, fucking, how many episodes can we do where we just fucking bomb? All right. Old man says he has a couple of Chibi Anya figures and love the anime. My wife has a Yor wig right over there. Silent Hill F Lollipop Chainsaw outfit mod removed by Nexus Mods.
Lame.
Oh. Nexus Mods continues its censorship spree as the newly released Silent Hill F has had a mod removed from the website. One that dresses the main heroine in the cheerleader outfit worn by the main character in Lollipop Chainsaw, which fully covers her and isn't even scanty. I mean, yeah, it exposes more of her midriff, but yeah. According to the Twitter user, the mod was removed due to it being unsuitable content related to a child character.
A cheerleader outfit.
No. Are you fucking insane?
Our cheerleader.
The character is 20.
That too, yeah.
She's fucking 20. We were over this last podcast. Nexus Mods has been building itself an infamous reputation as it has been ridiculously removing mods for absurd reasons, even though games are fictional and there are no real-world victims. The mod has since been re-uploaded to Ayaka mods. I'm playing the nude mod. Fuck you, Nexus. All right. Obviously, I'm not because I'm playing the PS5 version. I will say, though, that I just a quick heads up for anybody who's been interested in this game and hasn't picked it up yet. Or more specifically, if you watched my playthrough of the original game, I had yesterday played a bunch of New Game Plus, and I just want to state that although the opening to the game is different, fuck this fly. The opening to the game is different, very slightly, and there's like one or two minor changes at the very beginning in terms of like buildings you can enter and things you can interact with. Everything else that's different so far has been stuff related specifically to unlocking a different ending than the one you're forced, kind of like the path you're forced down in the first playthrough. However, when you get to the spirit world, the Dark Shrine, something very interesting happens after you defeat the boss where you fight with the Naginata. And that is that all the shit you have to go through to cut off your own arm, replace it with the fox arm, cut off your face, replace it with the fox face, get branded on your back. All of that shit just happens immediately. Like, as soon as you defeat the boss, it like flashes forward through a bunch of that stuff. And then the next time you go to the Dark Shrine at a place where you previously had to do a bunch of stuff with the shitty weapons like the Naginata and whatnot, you already have the fox arm and all the power-ups. So it's way fucking easier. And I'm expecting that by the time I get to where that part would be, some new content's probably going to be available. Is that pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what the children's things do.
Yeah.
So little, it's like
Yeah.
kind of insulting.
This fly has left me no peace whatsoever.
He's drunk. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. I smacked the crap out of him with the plate, and he was like out in he took a good old nap after that. But now he's back.
Back.
All right. Anyway. All right. A bunch of topics here that I threw in because I couldn't be bothered to finally just read them and decide. No, my food.
What are you talking about? Just getting him out of the room. There.
All right. Thank you. And dog,
Welcome.
you leave with your stinky farts.
Come on, Beanie.
Yeah.
Ungrateful. That's what you are. I cut him for you.
Can't have anything. All right. Woo. We'll see. I wonder, now that it fast forwarded through the part where I get the arm, maybe the next thing is I get a tail. All right.
Or the other arm.
Yeah. Well, you do get the other arm. It just kind of happens at one point. Hello, Cool T. 2T, rather. So, a bunch of articles I just threw in here because, quite frankly, and Reese and Greenline are my witnesses, my computer was slow as fuck with how many tabs are open. Because I've got hundreds of tabs open for the manifesto and at least 100 open for the book I'm writing. And I need some of these projects to get done. So I'm like, let's just get through these. Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar, Western release, forcing pronoun selection. But why? I would be willing to bet it does not matter what pronouns you give it, because there is not a single line of dialogue in the entire game that refers to the player as a he or she, or they or it, or whatever the fuck. Story of Seasons, a wholesome farming sim for all ages, has now become the latest battleground for ideological messaging as the Western release of the title has players selecting their pronouns. When the original Japanese release merely had players selecting male or female. In Japan, the game, a Nintendo Switch 2 port of the 2008 DS title, simply asked players to select sex as male or female. But in the Western release, publishers swapped this with a mandatory pronoun selection system, turning a simple E-rated game into yet another lecture on gender politics. Critics argue this is less localization and more propaganda aimed at normalizing activist talking points for children. Yes. Stop grooming children. Kids should not be worrying about pronouns and whether gender and weird gender ideologies. Please enter your name. Please enter your pronouns. Please enter your birthday. Please name your farm. Name, sex, birthday, farm. While the Japanese version remains faithful to biology, the Western edition drags players into political territory that has nothing to do with farming. I mean, it kind of sounds like if you choose your pronouns, that it determines if you look masculine or feminine. If it's just replacing choosing your sex, it almost kind of like reinforces the gender binary, if you think about it, right? The Western edition drags players into political territory has nothing to do with farming, family, or gameplay. What should be a relaxing farm sim is instead repurposed as a vehicle for indoctrination, normalizing gender ideology under the guise of inclusivity. Marvelous USA and Xseed, localization teams behind recent story season titles, previously defended such inclusions, citing player feedback and the need to make everyone feel authentically represented. No, because your side of the aisle thinks that farming simulators are colonialist and should be removed or changed, right? Meanwhile, Scouter V was permanently banned from the Story of Season's Grand Bazaar discussion forum on Steam for pointing out that sex and gender was purposefully localized to pronouns when the original Japanese allows for boy or girl. These localizations are not translators who respect the Japanese creator's work. They're activists in these positions to force their worldview upon the creative works of others to indoctrinate the Western and by extension Japanese audience into their way of thinking. They need to be blacklisted from the industry forever. And they protect their tweets. Meanwhile, Daemon Ex Machina Titanic Scion uses body types instead of sex. Daemon Ex Machina Titanic Scion has been disclosed to be the next game kowtowing to the whole body type nonsense, as opposed to sex, transitioning from the last game in the series, which instead had male and female. A Twitter user pointed out that the new game had players selecting a body type as opposed to either male or female. Previous game, new game. As noted in the screenshot, the previous game in the series had male or female selection instead. This push for body types is part of the West gender narrative, which implies that people can simply choose their sex. Tons of games in the past have swapped out the two sexes for body types. Digimon Stories, Time Stranger, Nioh 3, Oblivion Remastered, Fire Emblem Engage, and a whole list of others. Meanwhile, Tencent fires back at Sony over Slavish Horizon clone allegations. Question. If Augie looked like the girl on the left, would you do him?
I'd question Augie if Augie was even a man. If like I mean, if his voice was as deep as it normally is, then yeah, I'd be like, oh wow, just
I
what
think the
happened
correct
to
answer, Green Line, is no.
on the left? Yeah, no, regardless, because it's Augie's voice. But
That's
if
pretty
you
powerful.
then maybe.
All right, it's fapping time.
I'm gonna let you finish, but the answer is no. Before you go into this tirade, semi-justifying your wrong decision.
We're educated and much more smarter than they are.
Yep. One more.
I have a distant cousin that ended up marrying his stepsister.
Anyway. Oh, I haven't got a good laugh out of that in a while. Tencent has fired its opening salvo against Sony in court, blasting the Japanese giant's lawsuit over the unreleased Light of Motoram as nothing more than an attempt to claim ownership over long-established genre conventions. Okay, so this game is made by Tencent, and this game is made by Sony. Okay, got it. They phrased it in a weird way. Sony originally sued back in July, accusing Tencent's upcoming action RPG of being a Slavish clone, I don't know, of Horizon Zero Dawn and its spin-offs, citing the game's red-headed heroine, post-apocalyptic backdrop, and mechanical beast. I don't see a red-headed heroine here, do you? I see a red-headed man on the right.
And a brunette.
In its new motion to dismiss, Tencent countered that Sony is trying to monopolize time-honored tropes shared across countless titles, calling the claim that Horizon was uniquely original startling. I mean, the games look identical. One of them just has a much more attractive protagonist. I'm not going to lie.
I just step away from it.
Calling the claim that Horizon was uniquely original startling. The filing even threw Guerrilla under the bus, referencing a behind-the-scenes documentary where art director Jan Bart van Beek admitted the premise had already been explored in Ninja Theory's 2013 game Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. Tencent also rattled off other genre cousins like Breath of the Wild, Far Cry Primal, Biomutant, and Outer Worlds as evidence that Sony's claims are baseless. Adding further spice, Tencent argued Sony has sued the wrong companies entirely, since Light of Motoram is being handled by Polaris Quest / Aurora Studios under Tencent Technology Shanghai and Singapore's Proxima Beta, rather than the U.S. arms Sony targeted. The Chinese Megacorp also dismissed Sony's complaints over a GDC pitch for a Horizon mobile game, noting no executives were even present. To top it off, Tencent reminded the court that Light of Motoram isn't due until late 2027, meaning Sony is suing over a product that doesn't properly exist yet. Still, not long after the lawsuit was filed, Light of Motoram's Steam page quietly scrubbed its key art and description, perhaps a tacit nod to how closely it mirrored Horizon after all. Damn. I think all you have to do is go in front of the judge and say, Your Honor, Exhibit A, they are not the same. Right? All right. Meanwhile, poor Reese stepped away. Fair deaths are the heart of Ninja Gaiden 4, according to the developers.
Fair deaths. What would the? I'm lost on like. Oh, just like easy mode.
No. Ninja Gaiden is notoriously unforgiving, and so they're saying that making the deaths feel like you deserved them. You know, like you slipped up and did something stupid and got sloppy or whatever, is like they're saying we're going to make that where most of your deaths are in this game, rather than just beating the shit out of you and revealing you to be a huge masochist or whatever. The developers behind Ninja Gaiden 4 have made it clear that the key to great action games is fairness and dying, insisting that challenge only feels rewarding when it's earned. Meanwhile, the Western industry seems intent on sanding down every difficulty spike until players can practically win by accident and then calling it inclusive. Oh, hello, Randy. I hope Augie is doing well. Yep. Ubisoft needs to sue the Horizon devs for copying, I think you mean, Far Cry. Damn the melons. You mean, huzzah, the melons. In a new interview, Ninja Gaiden 4 directors Yuji Nakao and Masakazu Hirayama explained their design philosophy. A good action game should punish mistakes, but never feel cheap. Every death must be fair, a reflection of the player's failure, not bad design. Nakao said enemies are built to fight by the same rules as the player, mirroring their capabilities, so that success depends on skill, not luck. Hirayama added that difficulty isn't about cruelty, but about growth. Players need to learn through trial and error, and that process collapses the moment the game starts holding your hand. I do have to say the unfair deaths are dumb, but that shouldn't mean they make it super easy. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like Silent Hill F. It's like the combat was not fun in the early parts of the game because the stamina bullshit, you are promised that if you do a perfect dodge, it refills your stamina meter immediately. You are promised that it is possible to hit the heavy attack button when there's the chromatic aberration and that will strike. And then it's like in game, you're like, okay, here it comes, chromatic aberration, boom, I hit it. And then I go to hit. And instead I fucking hit the door frame and I don't hit. And it's like, I fucking hate this. $2 super chat from Osaru. Less than usual. Now pay for us in the U.S. Navy. Oh, no pay for us in the U.S. Navy. Wow. Thank you for your service, Osaru. I hope that there is lots of opportunities to be with ladies on the high seas. May the mermaids leap into your bed chambers. Old man says, I just saw a video talking about old arcade fighting games cheating. The CPU fighter would become invisible for a few frames or even skip frames to land a hit. Damn. Old arcade, yeah. Also, once again, just to say, buddy, I love you. If you need that money for yourself, you do not have to donate it to us, even though we do appreciate it. Thank you. You are the silent donator. You come in every couple of weeks or months or whatever, and always brightens our day. But no pay for you in the U.S. Navy. That is a crime. I will be lobbying for more pay, so you can give me more. All right.
I have returned. Crisis.
What?
Oh, fuck. Damn it. I avoided one crisis and walked into another.
What's the line is? Like, stop, I'm going to pass out without the blood in my head.
Not stop. My penis can only get so erect.
Yeah, it's like, please stop.
From Archer.
What is the... Fuck. I'm feeling lightheaded. Right? Anyway, all right. Anyway. Nakao said enemies are built to fight with the same rules as the player. Mirroring the capabilities, blah, blah, blah. We're going it isn't about cruelty, but about growth. Players need to learn through trial and error, and that process collapses the moment the game starts holding your hand. It's a bold stance in a gaming climate where challenge itself is treated like a moral flaw. Western studios now openly boast about making games that everyone can finish. I have an opportunity to throw in another article here.
Throw it in. Throw it in. Throw it in.
We're going to talk about this next. Western studios are now openly boast about making games that everyone can finish, as if the very concept of mastery is offensive. Difficulty settings are neutered, death penalties softened, and accessibility modes are marketed not as tools, but as political statements. Games that once demanded you learn, adapt, and persevere now offer optional auto-win buttons in the name of inclusivity. Meanwhile, Japanese developers, particularly the veterans behind Ninja Gaiden, continue to argue that the beauty of action games lies in the balance between brutality and fairness. Players aren't meant to be coddled. They're meant to improve. The satisfaction of victory exists precisely because failure is possible. Ninja Gaiden 4 is set to release October 21st for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. It aims to preserve that sacred equilibrium. One more time. All right, so they were talking about how a lot of games are designed around this concept of you can accidentally win. It's so easy, right? Final Fantasy VII Remake director says the third game won't launch with streamlined progression mode. What is streamlined progression mode? It ensures that those players who choose to use it will always have maximum HP and MP, always deal 9,999 damage to enemies, and always have max number of items with some exceptions. It's the I don't have to ain't nobody got time to grind, like level of RPG playing. I assume it'll be in the game eventually, just not at launch. All right.
They don't want people to speed right through to the end, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right. The government shutdown means that the military doesn't get paid. That's a great idea. Navy and the Army. I know $20,000 a year when you first start in the military. Oh, damn. $20,000, no bonus? The Navy and Air Force have better opportunities for bonuses and advancement, I think. I will star this for later so I can actually watch that. Okay, cool. Like a Dragon series undergoes 10 to 20 times more legal checks than ordinary games. Before we read, what do you think it means?
They check how authentic it portrays Yakuza's, maybe?
I would guess that because the series contains Yakuza and possibly even Yakuza glorifying elements, that because there's a manga series called Yakuza, right? And we covered this like at the very beginning of the podcast, where all of a sudden one year, the Japanese government just came in and pulled all of those manga off the shelves because it glorified Yakuza, and they needed to stamp out Yakuza in the country, right? So if you have a game that does that, you might have like a very fine line to walk of glorifying them, but not so much. And okay, well, we made him look like he was doing something good, so now he has to stomp a kid to death or something, right? Like perfectly balanced, right?
As all things should be.
Okay, so old man, it's not that it's too long. It's that I can't click on it. When I click on it, it just shows that. So let me just open up and I'll grab it. We'll come back to it in a minute. Here we go. All AC's boss had to do was one service for AC and it would not be fraudulent. Oh, well. So you're saying that if he actually delivered, that everything that he told me to send him would no longer be fraudulent? The fucking idiot is like, we need to get you on the Facebook group with all the clients. And I'm like, you don't want that. You really don't.
You don't want that.
You don't want that. Like, Oh, I want to follow this guy's social media. Oh, I like games and anime. Oh, wait, doesn't he work for that guy that I spend thousands of bucks a month for? Oh no.
Oh, doesn't he just pour his heart out on a show about fraud?
The perfect journalist game is all cutscenes and no gameplay. It would be guaranteed to get a 9 out of 10. All right, let's find out about this before we move into that. Actually, we haven't even started it. Let's read this. Okay. RGG Studios' Masayoshi Yokoyama says Like a Dragon titles endure a far stricter legal and ethical screening, 10 to 20 times more because of their materials. With regions varying widely, one wrong word or sign could tank a global release. So the devs walk a tightrope between creative grit and liability. RGG Studio Director and Like a Dragon executive producer Masayoshi Yokoyama recently revealed that the franchise routinely runs through 10 to 20 times more legal and ethical reviews than the average game, particularly because of its subject matter and ambition. I'm sure that Mario goes through just as strict, right? He explained that the Like a Dragon series doesn't just deal with flashy fights and quirky side content, but also explores Japan's criminal underworld, darker themes, subcultures, and morally gray characters. Because of this, every script, visual, signboard, or cultural reference undergoes extreme scrutiny. Things that might pass in Japan could be completely forbidden in other countries. One line in a script or an innocuous street sign with the wrong imagery could force censorship. It's funny that you say this because you have just justified my opinion that I never want to play one of your games. Because if you have to bend over backwards to make sure that it is so sanitized that it couldn't offend any cultures, then I don't want to fucking play it. Lowest common denominator? Fuck no. I don't want that shit. Do you want to play a game that has been run through the dryer and the washer like 50 times until there's nothing left? It's insane. Why the fuck would you even say this? Yokoyama also noted that rating systems complicate everything. In Japan, the Like a Dragon games usually aim for CERO-D, 17+ status. If a title were bumped to CERO-Z, 18+, retail policies change. It would be boxed or sold separately with display restrictions similar to erotic magazines. That shift can drastically affect visibility and sales in local stores. Because the franchise is global, the devs must be even more cautious. What seems culturally acceptable in Japan might violate the so-called delicate sensibilities agenda that certain Western countries push. Yokoyama admitted they're often walking blind. They must vet everything for every region before release. That includes checking whether any part of the content, even small background visual cues or signage, could offend. And once again, demonstrating how detrimental it is to cater to the so-called global audience. Fucking hell. All right, old man, hold on. Is this the video that he was reacting to in the other comment you provided? Which one do I use, man?
Old man, type faster. Yeah, he says.
Okay. I'm going to use the Asmongold one. It's, I don't know. I feel like reacting to a react is another further separation of the original content, right?
That sounds good.
All right. Sharing screen with audio.
It's like, remember that one dude that couldn't do the Cuphead tutorial, and then somebody did a video of a pigeon doing it, and then they put him on a fucking time trial against each other, and the pigeon won. And you know what's you know what it's gonna be. He gonna get it. Oh, look at that. See, that's a pigeon learning. Oh, shit. I forgot this video was so short. I thought it was like 10 minutes. Okay. Oh, man, almost.
You can fly.
I mean, for the pigeon, no. Like, this guy's got a ways to go before he figures it out. And the best part is, like, the pigeon wins.
Am I gonna get claimed for this song? No,
by a long shot.
I think he's talking enough over it.
Oh! Good job,
made it.
journalist.
How about that?
Holy shit.
Wow.
Oh my god, that was painful.
Back to our
Wow.
regular scheduled program.
All right. This one. Okay. Duet Night Abyss ditches Gacha after test show players refuse to spend money.
Good on players.
Players won't spend money for this. You know what they will spend money for?
Titties.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Aura Overdrive Gacha, pulling in 680K daily.
Damn.
More than 500,000 a day.
Damn.
Is this a new gacha game? I've never heard of
Ugh.
a JoJo's game.
100 million yen a day.
Whew.
It's a top-down TRPG, leans hard into monetization. Damn. That's insane.
Crazy.
All right, moving past that. Okay. The major topic. Did I read any of these articles? I didn't. Media pushes unverified Ghost of Yotei sales claim based on tweet from small insider account. Sony and Sucker Punch stay silent. So it'll be interesting to see if it's a book off next week. Ghost of Yotei sales rumors have gained traction despite no official confirmation from Sony or Sucker Punch. In the days since Ghost of Yotei's launch, gaming headlines have been buzzing with claims that the title sold 1.3 million copies in its first 24 hours. The problem? That number appears to come from a single unverified tweet. Hearing 1.3 million sold on the first day for Yotei, ever so slightly ahead of Tsushima's first 24 hours of 1.25 million. Tsushima kept pace on its second day with another 1.15 million sold. Can Yotei keep up? On October 3rd, 2025, a Twitter user going by Millie A, the person we just read, posted this thing that we just read. The account has roughly 9,100 followers and has shared supposed industry insights before, but no verifiable sourcing was provided for the sales figure. Despite that, multiple outlets, including Tech for Gamers, Game Rant, and Game Reactor, ran with the number as fact, citing insider reports, or industry sources. Nowhere in those articles does anyone reference Sony Interactive Entertainment, Sucker Punch Productions, or any financial disclosure. The only known source is that one tweet. The debate over Ghost of Yotei sales isn't just about numbers. It's about reputation. In the months leading up to release, Sucker Punch Production found itself at the center of a public relations storm that alienated a large number of its own fan base. Former developer Drew Harrison posted inflammatory remarks online, appearing to mock the assassination of Charlie Kirk, which we covered. Right? I hope the shooter's name is Mario, so that Luigi knows Bro's got his back. I think there was another statement, like, I hope the bullet's okay or something like that. I think that she's the one who said that. I can't remember. Which immediately sparked outrage across social media. After days of mounting pressure, Sucker Punch confirmed that Harris was no longer employed by the studio. Adding to the controversy, lead actress Erika Ishii, who provides both the voice and facial capture for the game's protagonist, has long been an outspoken political activist. Ishii has publicly identified with Antifa movements and frequently uses her platforms to promote gender activism and anti-police rhetoric. Her positions, while personal, have made her a lightning rod for criticism from players who feel the studio has blurred the line between entertainment and ideology. Fine. Let's put it in now. There's no way I'm ever going to find a place to actually include it. The more egregious part is that this is the Korean model that they used from Stellar Blade. And this is Erika Ishii. Ghost of Yote. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. There you go. Glad that's no longer sitting there for, I'm sorry, how many months have I been sitting on that? There we go. Okay. It was posted July. Another tab bites the dust, right? Okay. Together, these factors have turned Ghost of Yote into a flashpoint, not just for gamers debating artistic merit, but for audiences questioning whether politics and personal conduct have undermined what could have been Sony's most important exclusive of the year. Bullshit. You guys have missed the point. You reported on this, and now you've completely forgotten. The issue was that the right was not going to buy this game because it looked like woke bullshit. And the other thing is that the left wanted to boycott this game because they fired the developer who made a joke about Charlie Kirk's assassination. This isn't the first time the gaming press has amplified an unsourced figure, but the speed with which Ghost of Yote sales became confirmed across headlines is remarkable. Within hours, dozens of sites repeating the same claim almost word for word, complete with the same 1.3 million number. And the worst thing about this is that one website sees the tweet, writes an article about it, and then another website writes an article about the article. And then it gets further and further away. They're sourcing the claim from another thing. And then you have to play this game of, like whack-a-mole to find out where the original source came from. You know what I mean? Let's see. For comparison, Ghost of Tsushima's original launch figures were confirmed directly by Sony soon after release. 2.4 million in 3 days. 5 million by November 2020. Bless me. Oh my God. 8 million by January 2022. Those were verifiable. These are not. And yet, this new figure has spread just as widely, without a shred of official data to back it up. Normally, a Sony studio would seize the chance to brag about breaking 1 million units in a day, especially considering the controversy leading up to launch. If Ghost of Yote really had a record-breaking launch, it would have been a perfect opportunity for Sucker Punch to push back against critics and claim victory. Instead, the studio has been completely silent since release. No thank you post, no sales milestone banner, and no mention of Sony's official PlayStation accounts. And they won't. Sorry, no mention from. And they won't. Because if the world believes you're doing better than you are, you're not then going to say, we hit 1 million 10 weeks later. You know what I mean? You're not going to fucking do that when the world thinks you did it in a single day. You know what I mean? You're just going to hope that that number makes more sales come in and you're going to stay fucking silent. The silence stands in stark contrast to how Sony handled Tsushima, and it's fueling speculation that the sequel may not be performing as well as the rumor suggests. At this point, every mention of Ghost of Yote's sales numbers traces back to one unverifiable social media post. No investor filing, no analyst report, no confirmation from Sony or Sucker Punch. That doesn't mean the game flopped. It could still be selling steadily, but it does mean the 1.3 million figure is unsubstantiated. In other words, the only thing proven so far is that the gaming press still struggles between hearing and confirmed. Now, this is a rumor, according to that Park Place. Ghost of Yotei ads quickly scaled back by Sony Japan due to collapsing sales. I have seen a shit ton of the same fucking ad on Reddit. I haven't noticed it get scaled back, personally. But that's the only place I've seen the ad, so I don't know. A source close to Sony has told that Park Place that Sony Japan has quietly scaled back its marketing push and paid advertising for Sucker Punch's Ghost of Yotei less than a week after its launch. Well, maybe they believe they already hit their 1.3 million because of the unsubstantiated rumor. According to the source, the decision comes in response to disappointing sales trends and a desire not to lose money on a game that has a declining sales trajectory. The source, who spoke on condition of anonymity, stressed that internal discussion at Sony have described the situation as unexpectedly soft. Soft, you say? Given the play, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure soft right now. Given the PlayStation exclusive title's heavy pre-launch promotion and supposed strong start. From source, Sony Japan has cut off marketing ads for Ghost of Yotei. They're not happy with the sales decline, stating that they don't want to lose money on a game that has a declining sales trajectory. It's important to note that this information comes from a third-party source, and these claims have not been confirmed by Sony or Sucker Punch. As such, they should be taken with a grain of salt until official sales data is released. The rumor aligns with growing observations from gamers and industry analysts of Ghost of Yotei's advertising has dried up at an unusually fast rate. On Twitter, this user noted that Twitch viewership for the title has fallen from a peak of 111,000 concurrent viewers to fewer than 13,000 within just 5 days. Google Trends data also shows a sharp decline in searches, even over the launch weekend, typically the strongest period for a new release. In 5 days, 111,000 to 13,000. So these are potential buyers who's like, fuck, I've seen enough. I'm not buying. I don't even want to see the rest of the game. It's trash. That's how I'm reading that. The same post suggested that Sony's promotional spending may have been paused after launch, citing the lack of visible ad placements and social media campaigns. Promotional marketing stopped shortly after release, the user wrote. This indicates that they stopped any ad spending to maintain reserve cash on hand. While correlation doesn't equal confirmation, the pattern lines up with what that Park Place's source described: a cooling corporate response and a retreat from further investment in a title that may be underperforming expectations. This emerging picture directly contradicts the widespread smash hit storyline circulating through gaming media outlets. As previously reported, many of the same outlets based their claims on a single unverifiable tweet from an insider, blah, blah, blah. We've already covered all this. Still waiting on official numbers, and we're going to move past this. Great. All right. I saw this. Google is deleting negative Ghost of Yotei reviews. Review takedown notice. Hi, Google user. The following review has been automatically removed because it was identified as a violation of our profanity policy. Review of Ghost of Yotei. We discovered the issue through our automated system. This is a permanent action taken globally. Reviews are meant to be helpful and trustworthy, and our policies are in place to ensure a safe experience for all users. You can always modify and resubmit your review in line with our policies. And the profanity it refers to is literally the word sucky, which I use to describe Sucker Punch's storyline for the game. Hilarious, but not surprising, I guess. Fired Sucker Punch dev Drew Harrison claims gamers enacted a harassment campaign against her that has sucked all the joy from her life after she mocked Charlie Kirk's death. Former Ghost of Yotei developer Drew Harrison has resurfaced on social media weeks after being fired from Sucker Punch Productions, claiming that gamers have waged a harassment campaign against her following the widespread backlash to her comments mocking the death of Charlie Kirk. Harrison, a senior artist who worked on Sony's Ghost of Yotei, was terminated after joking about the tragedy online. then doubled down when confronted. She has since returned to Blue Sky, the progressive social media platform, to defend herself and accuse critics of destroying her peace of mind. Quote, the hate campaign that's been directed at me has sucked all the joy out of my life. She went on to insist that her removal had no effect on Ghost of Yotei's development. Okay, look. Woman, everybody listening, if it's true that the harassment campaign has, in fact, sucked all the joy out of your life, you should know that you have just confirmed to the people harassing you to keep going. You fucking idiot. To quote Sun Tzu's The Art of War, when you are weak, appear that you are strong, and when you are strong, appear that you are weak. She went on to insist that her removal had no effect on Ghost of Yotei's development. On her verified Blue Sky account, Harrison posted the now infamous line, I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows his bro got his back, shortly after Kirk was killed. The remark referencing Kirk's tragic shooting was almost immediately condemned online. Within hours, players, journalists, and developers alike criticized Drew Harrison for appearing to celebrate violence and condemned Sucker Punch for allowing the celebration of political violence from its longtime employees. After Sucker Punch acted and fired her, Drew Harrison responded in a follow-up comment where she doubled down. If standing up against fascism is what cost me my dream job I held for 10 years, I would do it again 100 times stronger. Sony confirmed the firing through a statement to Kotaku saying Drew Harrison is no longer an employee of Sucker Punch Productions. Studio co-founder Brian Fleming later told PC Gamer that the company viewed her actions as unacceptable. Making light of someone's murder is a deal breaker, he said. Fleming added that Sucker Punch doesn't condone or excuse such behavior and wanted to ensure that its public image remained focused on storytelling and craft, not controversy. I love this. A prominent right-wing streamer published a very dangerous YouTube video about the Kirk assassination yesterday. In it, he suggests political violence is 90% from the left and that the right will no longer bring a knife to a gunfight. She wrote right, but whatever. She's talking about Steven Crowder, and he said that in regards to no longer showing up without armed security and all this stuff. Like, fucking give the whole... Oh, and it's Alyssa Mercanti. Of course it is. Of fucking course it is. Why did I expect any intellectual honesty? Never mind. Harrison's new Blue Sky post, published in early October, brought her name back into the gaming community. She described the online backlash as a hate campaign and claimed the experience had sucked all the joy from her life. According to a source I met at a Walmart bathroom, the game sold 5 billion. Yeah, put a chicken in and make it lame and gay. It's not about the money. It's about sending the message. Devs, as stacks of money burn behind them. Yeah. My comments are sometimes shadow banned, especially if I criticize companies by name. I'm sure it's YouTube's auto moderation. Damn. You are a moderator of the chat, just so you know. So in case it wasn't clear, we definitely aren't the ones censoring what you say. As it turns out, my joke didn't make the game do any worse. My firing didn't make the game do any better, she said, speaking about Ghost of Yotei. If anything, they both contributed to it being worse, but only from the left, because people on the right actually didn't care that much. Like, only like Facebook aunties and grandmas, maybe, but nobody else really gave a shit, and they certainly weren't following you. So really, the only thing that the harassment campaign succeeded in was sucking all the joy out of my life. So I guess that's a W. While her previous statements showed little remorse, the new post shifted tone, portraying her as a victim of harassment rather than a provocateur. However, she also insisted that her termination had no impact on Ghost of Yotei's production or performance. So far, Sucker Punch has declined to comment further on the matter. Over here on this other screen, I have one more thing, but I just don't know if I need it. Let me look real quick. This one. Let me double check. There's more to her statement here. You can see part of it right here. I just want to see what's worth. Yeah, sure. We'll bring it up. In my opinion, every company that has... God damn it. In my opinion, every company that has caved to their demands has contributed to the harassment and climate of fear the rest of us are enduring. The climate of fear. Is this how you feel about cancel culture? A climate of fear. I'm sorry, but it's about time you learned, I guess, right? Like, holy shit. Contributed harassment and climate of fear for the rest of us are enduring. And game companies that have done so, in particular, have painted a target on the back of every single person in this industry. My responsibility to hold my fucking tongue when somebody's murdered it's actually the company's responsibility to stand up for me and not fire me when the business is going to take a hit because of things I said. Is that about right? No, it's kind of feeling
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah. So far, they've declined to comment further on the matter. Mark Kern criticized her defense, saying the Ghost of Yotei dev says all the joy has been sucked out of her life. Good. You double down on your hate and celebration of Charlie Kirk's death and continue to promote political violence in your screen name. You said you'd do it again. Well, Asmongold says he will. Oh, no, I can't read anymore. Asmongold says he'll be ready with another video when you do. Oh, here it comes. Mark Kern's response echoed a broader sentiment within the gaming community that political activism by developers can alienate players and damage public trust in their studios. Prominent streamers like Asmongold had also weighed in, criticizing Harrison's initial comments and defending players' rights to hold creators accountable.
That's all there is to it. You sound like a douche right now. I've missed you, old Asmon. I am being a douche because I think these people are disgusting animals, and I want to make sure that their life is as unpleasant as possible. These people are disgusting fucking freaks that are celebrating people being murdered in front of their children for having a different political view than them, and then trying to patronize and act like it's not a big deal. These are disgusting, awful people, and I don't give any degree of sympathy or any degree of empathy to them at all. They're terrible people, and they should be treated like it. Absolutely. This isn't me being an asshole. This is me doing something that should have been done a long time ago. There has to be a counterbalance, or you have bullies and violent people like this that control your life. And that's why you need to push back against this. That's the reason why.
Yep. A very Asmongold heavy stream today. Several gaming outlets have claimed that Ghost of Yotei is performing exceptionally well commercially, but this is all the same shit we already read. I don't even care. All right. Endymion pointed this out. Somebody said, LMAO, the ending of Ghost of Yotei is literally the same as The Last of Us 2. Two lesbians raising a kid together. It's actually more than that. Oyuki, the older lady, is the kitsune one of the kitsune one of the Yotei 6 that kills Atsu's family. Oyuki and Atsu have weird sexual tension in the game, but it's even weirder because Oyuki knew Atsu as a child while being a fully grown adult herself, and the kid they raise is Atsu's brother's kid. So they found a way for two young women to raise a kid that is biologically connected to one of them. They just had to kill her brother to make the ending work. Wow. Sony could ditch Western studios, may shift to Japanese devs and traditional stories for exclusives if Ghost of Yotei and Intergalactic The Heretic Prophet fail. They will. I'm sure that this is wishful thinking on that Park Place, but they will fail. A source close to Sony tells that Park Place that internal discussions in Japan suggest a major strategic reset could be coming for PlayStation's exclusive lineup. According to our source, both Ghost of Yotei from Sucker Punch and Intergalactic The Heretic Prophet from Naughty Dog are being viewed as last chances for Western developers to land major exclusives under the Sony company's current direction. Our source claimed, quote, another rumor I am also hearing is that Naughty Dog's Intergalactic The Heretic Prophet and Ghost of Yotei are the last chance for these Western developers. If they fail, after that, Sony is going full focus on Japanese developers and instead go back to traditional stories and characters. They're citing China winning on the gaming market with Genshin Impact, Wukong, and Wuthering Waves as a reason to change. While that Park Place cannot independently verify these internal discussions, the claim lines up with growing speculation that Sony Japan is regaining control of PlayStation's long-term creative strategy, pushing back against Western studios whose productions have become more expensive and less universally appealing. In recent days, major gaming outlets have been touting Ghost of Yotei as an immediate success story. Fucker, I'm not reading that shit again. Over the past several years, Sony's biggest Western studios, Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch, Bend, and Guerrilla, have faced long development cycles, ballooning budgets, and polarizing fan reactions. The Last of Us Part 2 remains divisive despite its technical achievements. Horizon Forbidden West underperformed commercially relative to expectations, and now Ghost of Yotei has generated inconsistent buzz and possible internal concern over sales after a former dev mocked the assassination of Charlie Kirk. That has nothing to do with the success of this game. Nobody who claimed that they would not buy the game because Sony or Sucker Punch fired that person actually followed through on that threat. They either were never going to buy it to begin with, or they immediately went out and got it anyway because they don't have any backbone whatsoever and they're all talk, right? People on the right weren't going to buy this game largely just because it looked like bullshit and a step down, a downgrade from Jin Sakai's story, right? So at the end of the day, the Charlie Kirk thing is just a big old fucking distraction and a good thing for them to be able to pin like a scapegoat for the lack of success of this game onto. Oh, well, she ran her mouth and now we're paying for it. It's like, no, the game looked like bullshit. Everything we've seen about the game so far has been fucking bullshit. Nobody wanted it anyway. They're celebrating actually like the most retarded fucking game mechanics, which I see this all the fucking time. Metal Gear Solid Revengeance or whatever it is, where you play as Raiden and you have like the dynamic cutting. It's like that shit came out in like 2013. More than 10 years ago. And people are looking at the shit that they're trying to act as groundbreaking in Ghost of Yotei, and they're looking at this game for fucking PS3 and being like, am I missing something here? We're acting like this is groundbreaking? Adding to the strain, other Sony Western studios like Santa Monica, God of War Ragnarok, and Insomniac Games Spider-Man 2 have taken major reputational hits over their reported collaborations with the controversial narrative consulting group Sweet Baby Inc. The firm's involvement in multiple Western-developed titles has drawn heavy criticism from fans who accuse it of inserting ideological storytelling priorities that alienate audiences. Meanwhile, smaller Japanese and Asian studios have delivered massive international hits at a fraction of the cost. Titles like Genshin Impact, MiHoYo in China, Black Myth Wukong, Game Science in China, and Wuthering Waves, Kuro Games in China, are dominating global charts and engagement critics. Unfortunately, well, I don't know about Genshin Impact. I'm guessing you're having a shit ton of fun with that, Greenline. But motherfucker was Black Myth Wukong insufferable to actually play. The Sony executives truly believe that China and Japan are shaping the next era of the industry. Sorry, if Sony executives believe that. The rumor shift could represent a return to PlayStation's cultural roots, one emphasizing traditional hero archetypes, character-driven storytelling, and less reliance on politically charged narratives. Industry watchers have already noted subtle signs of reprioritization. For example, PlayStation's recent State of Play broadcast featured an increased focus on Japanese titles and anime-style visuals. Sony has quietly invested in collaborations with Japanese partners like Koei Tecmo and Square Enix. Internal leadership changes have seen greater influence from Sony Japan studio alumni returning to advisory roles. If this rumor proves accurate, it could mean a deliberate move to rebalance PlayStation's creative portfolio, steering away from expensive ideological Western cinematic projects and back towards high-impact, globally appealing Japanese game design. Sony has not confirmed or denied this reported internal conversation. While that Park Place's source has proven reliable for past industry leaks, these claims should be regarded as unconfirmed, blah, blah, blah. Even so, the timing and context align with observable trends, blah, 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 blah. Any thoughts on this? I mean, it's fucking obvious. I didn't even want to cover this topic because it's so goddamn obvious, right? Like, Yote is going to fail. It's not going to fail as bad as Assassin's Creed Shadows, but it's going to fail. It looks like bullshit. The only people who are going to pick it up are the people who haven't been paying attention, who see it in the store, didn't even know it was getting made. Like, whoa, I thought this was Ghost of Yote. Is this a sequel? Jitsukai's back? And then they're going to buy it. And then the game's going to start. And then they're going to see a woman. And what the fuck? You know, like they're not even going to realize that it wasn't Jitsukai on the cover, right? Yeah, that's how it's going to go down. Mark my words. Anyway. Move this shit over here so I don't lose it.
Greenline, wake up.
Caw. Nintendo Switch 2 key cards draw criticism as cost-saving strategy backfires. Excitement is mounting ahead of the Tokyo Game Show 2025, but for developers, the atmosphere is far less celebratory. While mobile spending has grown, it is mostly concentrated on a handful of mega hits, leaving new titles struggling to break through. On consoles, live service juggernauts like Apex Legends and Fortnite continue to dominate player time and storage space, forcing studios to cut back on projects, with the chill felt across investment and hiring. Developers had hoped the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 would provide fresh momentum. The system enjoyed record-breaking sales at launch, and Nintendo hardware owners traditionally buy more games than average. But according to a detailed report from Bloomberg, the boost has yet to reach third-party studios, and one major issue lies in Nintendo's controversial new keycard format. On the original Switch, developers could choose from multiple cartridge sizes to manage costs. With Switch 2, however, sources say only two options exist: a costly 64GB cartridge or a cheaper key card, reviled by users. These key cards still require large downloads, leaving players juggling installs and storage instead of playing right away. I mean, yeah, okay, I was going to say, like, just get the 64GB cartridge and download to it. But no, I guess the whole point is you're getting the key card because it's cheaper and you're fucking cheap. Undermining the long-held expectation that physical games just work. Analysts describe the format as combining the worst of both physical and digital, and sales data appears to back this up. In the UK, Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion sold strongly on standard cartridges, with 72% of physical sales on Switch 2. In Japan, where it was sold only as a key card, the share collapsed to 40%. Nintendo argues that key cards are a way to contain rising production costs as game sizes balloon and flash memory prices stay high. However, some shareholders have already warned that the policy risks driving third-party developers away from the platform. As Bloomberg notes, industry voices stress that if Nintendo wants Switch 2 to expand its user base, it must make the system more attractive to outside developers. Otherwise, despite a strong launch, the system may fall short of being the catalyst the industry hoped for. All right, so we've set the tone, right? We've set the tone. Making physical media without the physical media part doesn't work, right? Oh, let's hold on to as we come back to that topic in the very near future. But first...
You mean the very next article?
You're under arrest. OVA is an HD Blu-ray release in Japan.
In Japan.
Discotheque. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Also, Schmallis also bought the Dirty Pair Kickstarter, and he replaced the case for his Dirty Pair TV, and it's a perfect fit and no more stacked discs. I'd have to look at Randy's picture, but this doesn't look like a perfect fit to me. It looks shorter.
No. As close enough as you can get it.
Yeah.
I think it's because the go back. Like see how the curves on the top, like the edge, up there. It's more curved versus the more square edged, for the other sets. So it's probably still the same height. It just looks a little bit off.
So is this the new case that he's showing off? I guess it is, yeah. Yep. Anyway, so he linked, if you guys want to get it, he linked the exact one that he bought.
Is it even still available on eBay?
Yeah, I bought it earlier. Now I wish I hadn't. All right.
I got this.
So this is here and on Sentai, or should I remove the Sentai link?
I'm going to show the Sentai one anyway.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So we got Blue Exorcist, the Blue Knight Saga, which is season 5 of Blue Exorcist. So it's going to have a similar release, a digipack packaging. It comes with a recipe book, some booklet, shikishi board, little mini shikishis. So that's that. And also blue is Perfect Blue, the 4K Blu-ray Collector's Edition.
Which I also have from Amazon in the list here. You got this? Okay.
Because obviously you don't see anything here. Nothing's really... It comes with 100... This is the packaging shot. 128-page booklet. 10 art cards, a poster, remastered film on Blu-ray, original description, feature presentation, a complete 117 minutes of lectures by director Satoshi Kon, subtitled in English for the first time.
Damn.
That's the third disc here. So that's all brand new. Angel in Your Heart recording session, cast and crew interviews, theatrical trailers, TV spots. I do not see the short that was on the previous G-Kids release that Satoshi Kon did called Ohio or Good Morning. So it'd be interesting to see if that doesn't actually carry over, which I mean, it was just an okay short, but yeah, whatever. So that's that. And this was available for order when it first went up, but it's not available right now for some reason.
I pre-ordered it as soon as it went up.
Good job. Proud of you. So, no idea what's going on there. And then, for some reason, Sentai put out one release for January. Some people are thinking they only announced this one the same day that Crunchyroll announced that they were streaming season 3, and that the rest of the January slate would come when it normally would, because this is like earlier than normal. but it could also be earlier than normal because there's only one thing in the January slate.
Mhm.
This looks like AIDS. This is AIDS. This is
Yeah.
AIDS in a box.
It's AIDS if you're actually planning to open it.
It's AIDS because, okay, so yeah, if you're planning on opening it, I mean, it looks kind of neat.
It is a cool thematic idea that is a fucking nightmare if you're an actual collector.
Yeah. This thing is not going on your shelf. I mean, it looks like it's Blu-ray height, maybe, but yeah, that's definitely wider than Blu-ray.
Mhm.
So it comes with, the set, 6 booklets, a 376-page episode 1 storyboard book. Like, I'm just gonna go through this.
Episode 1 of season 1. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then a Shikishi poster. And then a stupid card. Yeah. This looks like where's season 2? We wanted season 2. We don't want a re-release. A third release of season 1. Come on, where's season 2? And then Animego release for Prime Rose, a time slip of 10,000 years, is coming in January.
Did that just go up for pre-order?
The Crunchyroll one did. And
I feel like I already bought that, but now I don't see it I'm looking at my orders right now.
Medio CD one says order direct from Medio CD and get a free exclusive cardboard slipcover.
See, the problem is that I fucking did this last podcast with Sasuke, and then I got a notice that congratulations, your order has shipped. I got 2 different emails that said that, and they were both for Sasuke.
For Yasuke.
Yasuke.
All right.
Oh, you're done.
That is all for.
I'm ordering. Hold on, I have to order it now.
Oh yeah.
Pre-order.
Green Line, are you there?
Yeah, what's up? I'm here. You pretty much said everything. It's AIDS. It's gay. I hope Sentai releases more because I'm kind of worried that they're slowing down.
Yeah, they've slowed down a lot. It's kind of.
And remember that they're in Texas, where the anti-anime bill has gone out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Did you go over? You went over Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I did went over Scott Pilgrim.
And that was the last thing, or that you went over, right?
The last thing I did was Prime Rose.
You kill me with your order of things. So it went Perfect Blue, Oshinoko, Scott Pilgrim, then Prime Rose?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to update this real quick on the doc. Oh, fuck. No, don't go there.
So I'm kind of fearing that Crunchyroll is going to absorb Sentai.
That would be a fucking nightmare. They almost did that back when Genion went out, and ADV was going to pick up Genion's stuff, and then all of a sudden ADV also went out, and then Funimation picked up everybody's slack. All right, that's updated. Standard shipping, confirm pay.
Sorry, I was away for a while. Did we cover the important news?
That's next.
Damn.
That is next, just in time. All right, here we are. Now, what's worse than Crunchyroll absorbing Sentai? Gundam goes discless. Wrong kind of disc. GQuuuuuuX becomes Bantai's first discless anime edition.
Fuck that.
Bandai Namco Filmworks is rolling out its first ever discless package edition for Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX. signaling a deliberate move away from Blu-rays. As entertainment increasingly shifts to digital, this marks another milestone in the decline of physical media, with consequences for collectors, value, and ownership rights. I swear to God, nobody buy this set. Obviously, this is for
This is
Japan.
Japan. This is Japan. Yeah.
Nobody fucking buy this. I want their sales to come back. We sold 0. Nada. Nothing. And what they're going to do is they're going to have like a big titty anime figure that comes with it. And like, boss, we sold out. Oh, people love our discless bullshit. Let's do more. In a bold step, Bandai Namco Filmworks has announced that Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuuX will receive a discless edition in its upcoming physical release lineup, a first in the company's history. The discless package will still include the bonus art, booklets, and physical packaging, but without the Blu-ray disc itself. Nobody wants any of that shit in their collection. We buy it because it comes with the disc. The stickers, the trinkets, nobody wants that bullshit. The move isn't an isolated oddity. It's part of a broader trend of media going digital, subscriptified, and abstracted. For decades, anime fans and collectors have prized physical editions, discs, extras, cover art, liner notes, all of it. But by stripping out the core disc and leaving only the shell, Bandai is essentially saying you pay for the cachet, the packaging, the extras. The content lives elsewhere. You're effectively buying an NFT of this nonsense. There are clear motives behind this move. Producing discs costs money. Manufacturing, licensing, quality control, distribution, digital streaming or downloads bypass much of that. With the right infrastructure, publishers can push content without worrying about returns, shrinkage, or physical logistics. Honestly, I think you can see a one-to-one correlation to things moving over to digital and the quality of media tanking. When you don't have the physical media market and have to recoup your losses on the physical media market, you put out bullshit. You put out crap that should never have been greenlit. You don't try.
I also think it's heavily flawed that like they want to get rid of the physical media. Oh, it's going to cost too much to produce the disc. You're producing bullcrap though with it.
Who
you're producing
the fuck is buying
booklet, stickers? It's like what the?
Who's buying it other than collectors?
Yeah, how are you not wasting money producing these boxes and like stickers and whatever bullshit that's going to come with? It's not going to save them money.
That margin opens new profit mechanisms, but it comes at a cost to the buyer. If servers go down or licenses expire, you lose access to your content entirely. Owning a disc gives some control, however limited. A shell with artwork is elegant, but with no durable future. The price of heritage and permanence is being diluted. It also reshapes the meaning of physical edition. When a special edition lacks the actual media, you're paying for prestige, not utility. It's the equivalent of buying a hardcover with empty pages. It's symbolic but hollow. Over time, this could erode trust. Why own full-priced boxed editions if your actual viewing rights are tethered to ever-volatile digital services? Not to mention, they can Photoshop out the gun from your James Bond collection. With AI video, they'll remove all the problematic shit that will evolve on a daily basis. You're basically getting a new version of the movie every week, except that it's worse and worse as it progresses. Every fucking new iteration that is neutered and sanitized more and more, it's never going to make it better. That's the future that awaits entertainment with this model. That's the future you can expect if you buy this bullshit. Let's catch up.
I find it frightening because it's like the sole reason I bought like physical media was because I couldn't watch it on TV. Like I would miss episodes, and I didn't. This was at a time where I didn't have access to TV very often, so I was like, oh, I'll just buy the main television where we had cable. I'll just buy like the DVD and watch it on my own time. That's why I started getting into this. Now it's like, well, you're not gonna have access to it unless you do streaming, and that's bullshit. I hate trying to find stuff like that.
GT Vegas says, I believe Charlie was assassinated by a Antifa femboy underground tunnel network. I don't know. The water in there has been so muddied, it's impossible to know what happened. And at a certain point, you have to resign yourself to believe that you're never going to know the truth on any of this shit. Right? Because there's just as much evidence that the guy's a patsy as there is that he fucking did it. You know what I mean? Old man says the phrase, they don't call you a Nazi because they believe you are one. They call you a Nazi so that you will be killed, is a piece of rhetoric that asserts that accusing people of being Nazis is a tactic used to dehumanize them. Yes. Justify violence against them. Yes. And ultimately silence dissent. The saying suggests the accuser isn't concerned with the literal accuracy of the label, but is instead creating a hostile environment that could lead to physical harm. Yes. I haven't bought a new game in years. I mostly play older games. I'm playing Persona 5 Royal on Steam right now. The cost of games are getting more expensive to make these days. Yeah. They are basically using flash drives. Yeah. Actually, Sentai have You're Under Arrest. Yep. But I think they only have the one, right? They don't have the whole series. And I think they have the new You're Under Arrest, right? It's been a while. I don't know if now that Japan did it, I think it's only a matter of time till Sentai finally release it. Yeah. Sentai doesn't like releasing anime on Blu-ray unless Japan masters it. I assume that's why Azumanga Daioh only just finally got announced. Definitely going to get season 5, my favorite Blue Exorcist season. Cool. Also going to get, got to get season 3, LOL, and seasons 1 and 2 if they ever re-released by some miracle. Good luck. I love Oshi no Ko, but I don't need the premium set. I'm fine with just standard set, maybe the steelbook, but only one or the other, not double dipping. I mean, episode 1 is the length of a movie, so that book length makes sense. It's true. I didn't finish Oshi no Ko because I heard the ending sucked. Critics said the author deliberately sabotaged it because he wanted to move on. Damn. Sentai is owned by AMC, though, so unless AMC sells them, I don't see that happening. That's a good point. Stance. Everything was fine with our system until the power grid was shut off by Dickless here. Walter Peck. They cause an explosion. Mayor, is this true? I don't understand. Venkman. Yes, it's true. Venkman. This man has no dick. Ghostbusters. Oh. I wish I had read that when it came up because I don't know what that's in reference to. That had to have been during the article we were just reading, though, right? I don't know how much. Diskless remind me. Oh, Diskless. Got it. That was clever. Okay. This reminded me of the old Ghostbusters scene. Physical video games have been diskless for years. Ultimate editions are notorious for this. They include everything but the game. That's why I didn't buy Silent Hill F Ultimate Edition or whatever. All right. You guys ready to get into some random merch? Are we going to do this in under 4 hours? Probably not, but maybe just over. We'll see. Feels good to get a lot of these out of the way. All right. If you guys would like to support the OCA podcast, I invite you to come to stealthweave.com. All right, let me address this real quick. Luigi says, skipping my related comments, huh? I never mentioned the Toki game on a frequent level. Let me explain something here. The quality of your average comment has dropped so low that just like banner ads on 90s web pages, I have learned to skip over them entirely. I don't even see them anymore. Okay? So if you want to contribute and wait and actually say something of value, instead of just saying every thought that pops into your head including, oh, who cares about Sony? They're just like Kyoto Animation, and fucking get off your high horse about your random pet peeve, okay? I don't fucking care. And I will continue to skip your comments because I don't even see them anymore. I have Luigi blinders on, okay? Say something of value and we'll talk about it. But since you have said nothing of value for nearly the entire time that you've commented on the show, I do not see your comments anymore. It might as well be as though they don't exist. All right. So you guys can shop at Sothweeb, or you guys can head over to ocapodcast.com/store and buy some of this wonderful merch. Again, Mad Scientist, Sad Scientist looks so fucking good printed on a shirt. Definitely worth getting. Moving past that. Giant Real World Kingdom Hearts Keyblade plays music and sound effects from the game. Now, let me ask you guys this. If I described something to you as giant, what does that conjure up in your mind?
Bigger than my dick.
If I was going to describe the size of something that has a tangibly understandable like size, like frame of reference,
bigger than life
because it is because it is something that a character holds, my brain tells me that the scale should be miniature, life size, giant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like life size should come before giant. Let me ask you this. Does that shit look life size to you?
That looks like a regular giant key.
It's giant for a key. It ain't giant for a key blade, right? Yeah. Only $67. All right. Century-old Japanese lacquerware company picks Pikachu for a line of high-class Pokemon tableware. Oh, that's a Torchic, I think, though, isn't it? And a dragon egg. And a Ekans? Huh. Oh, shit. Is it hand done? That's pretty cool. What an odd assortment of Pokemon to choose, though. Seriously. Pikachu, Torchic, Dragonite, Ekans, right? Like, everyone's favorite, right? That's a little strange, right?
Huh. Like, you think at least like Pikachu and the Gen 1 starters.
Right?
And maybe
Why the
Eevee.
fuck Torchic? Look here. Pikachu, Dragonite, Arbok. That's not Arbok. That's fucking Ekans. Even I know that. Like, are you serious? As of this, okay. Who fucking wrote this? These have a diameter of 10 centimeters, and the initial lineup consists of Pikachu, Dragonite, and Arbok. Each available in either black or vermilion. As of this month, they're joined by an Arbok version 2. I'm sorry, is this Pokemon called Arbok in Japan? That's clearly a Torchic, right? Oh, yeah. Anyway, moving past that. Cute contest underway for Pikachu Tokyo Banana 4-piece cushion set. So, the banana flavored, like, what do you call these? Like wafers? Puffs, probably, right?
The way they were in that box, I thought they were like Peeps.
Yeah, so they're cushions, and I think it's pretty funny. You can see the actual size of the real product compared to the box holding the cushions. The only problem is the actual real product has a bunch of different Pikachu faces, and the cushions are all the same fucking pose and face. Maybe the backside is, what? Really? Nobody's going to do that.
What, buy 4 boxes of cushions just to have them all?
No, buy the box just to put other shit in it. Like, you're not going to take out the cushions and then stuff random clothes in the box? Anyway. New Inuyasha figures are always adorably sitting, even if you don't tell them Osuwari. Now, I am dumbfounded to learn that this is the phrase that they're using. Osuwari. Because Osuwari is 4 syllables. And what is the phrase in the English one? Sit boy or down boy. What is it? Is it sit boy?
I don't know. I don't like you shooting. Not sure.
Green one. Caw, caw. Greenland.
Yep, that's what I do. I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry.
FBI, open up! FBI, open up!
I'm just saying that sit boy is 2 syllables. So I like really scrutinize the lip flaps. Just I know the Japanese don't actually really care about lip flaps.
Osuwari. That's it. Yeah, that's 2 mouth flaps.
4.
But no, how much do you
Wari.
Osu can be said with your mouth open.
Wari. That's at least 3.
Sit, I can see it. I can see it.
Osuwari. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Sit boy's a lot better, I think. Anyway. That face is a little disturbing.
They just look like look-up figures.
Mm-hmm. That's basically
these are look-up figures, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or are those clothes like actual clothes?
Look up. Stylized riff on look up.
Yeah. So are the clothes actual cloth? Or
I don't think so.
It looks a little bit.
They look like plastic to me.
Okay. Yeah. Those are look-up figures.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem like it is. It says the name of anime figure maker Mega House is Rukapu. Oh, it is look up. Yeah, Rukapu. Look up. Rukapu. Right?
These are just fucking look-up figures. Why is there an article just for a couple of look-up figures? There's tons of look-up figures.
Is there
I have a free ring look-up figure.
Is there a new anime? Yashahime, right? Didn't that? All right. More importantly,
Green Line, wake up! I swear to God, Green Line.
I'm awake.
All right. Hey, while you're here, since we haven't actually moved on yet, what does Kagome say? Is it Sit Boy?
It's Sit Boy. It's Sit Boy.
Oh my God! No wonder he's quiet. All right. I hope whoever's in the room with you enjoys this. My Dress-Up Darling Marin figure, not at all bashful.
She needs the face she makes when she does it in the show.
I agree. That's I think what's missing from this figure.
Those are some long ass legs.
Yeah.
She needs that smile, not just the Look.
Isn't that from season 2?
Oops.
Or am I wrong?
No, that's
Is it
from season 1.
Okay, I forgot.
Yeah, I think it's because she's wearing the wearing the
leotard.
super high leotard like one.
Right, that's right. Okay, there's so many funny moments with her, you know. Sorry, they were just giggity about. I guess we're going to Disneyland in early December, so.
When?
Like December 8th or something like that.
Is that on a weekend or during the week?
No, it's a Monday. It's a Monday. Why?
I might be able to go. Just because I'll have just come back from Australia. I'll probably have that day off, and I might have passes by that day. So that'd be interesting. All right. Japanese convenience store opens new branch inside of a public high school. Imagine on your way to math class, you just pop in at the 7-Eleven in study hall. You know, Sure beats stale snacks from the vending machine. Matsudo High School, a public school in the town of Matsudo in Chiba Prefecture, used to have a little campus store where students could buy bread. Where students could buy bread, which in Japan encompasses snack-sized buns with sweet or savory fillings. That's still not a ton of variety, though. And in 2022, the store, having trouble making ends meet, closed. Okay. So they used to have a store on campus where you could buy bread, but that's fucking it. And they said, down with bread! Right? Got it. That's still not a ton of variety, though. And in 2022, the store, having trouble making ends meet, closed. Following that, the only snack options in the school were a pair of vending machines, once again, stocked with just bread! This was the school's effort to make sure that the students didn't riot over the bread, right? In late September, though, a new shop opened inside Matsudo High, and it's got a much, much wider selection because it's a full-on Japanese convenience store.
It even has yakisoba bread.
Yay! That is like, that's the bread can suck a dick.
Holy shit, there's aisles and stuff. Wow.
The store opened on September 25th, and while it's not huge, its floor space of 32 square meters, 344 square feet, makes it as big as some convenience stores you'll find out in Japanese towns or attached to train stations. What's more, this is a full-fledged branch of Yamazaki Shop, the chain of convenience stores operated by Yamazaki Baking Company. Fuck, they have bread! And is stocked with roughly 1,000 different items. Since it's located within the school building and isn't accessible by general public, obviously it doesn't sell alcohol or tobacco products, but students can come in and get Japanese convenience store staples like onigiri, bento boxed lunches, cup ramen, soft drinks such as tea and juice. Is a soft drink a tea or juice?
I would always think soft drinks are like soda and pop.
A soda, right?
Pop.
ChatGPT. What is the official definition of, quote, soft drink? Question mark. Hold on, it's searching the web. There is no single universally accepted official definition of soft drink. It varies by jurisdiction. But in general, a soft drink is understood to be a non-alcoholic, usually sweetened flavored beverage, often carbonated. According to Britannica, a soft drink is any class of non-alcoholic beverages, usually, but not necessarily carbonated, normally containing a natural or artificial sweetening agent. According to Science Direct, soft drinks are defined as carbonated or non-carbonated beverages containing sugars or artificial sweeteners, acidulants, flavorings, colorings, and preservatives. Wikipedia says a soft drink is a class of drink containing no alcohol, usually but not necessarily carbonated, and typically including added sweetener. Really? Here's the legal/statutory definitions. Ohio Revised Code Section 913.22 defines soft drink to include any non-alcoholic flavored carbonated beverage, soda, soda water, or fruitade, any non-alcoholic flavored still beverage, artificial waters, whether carbonated or not, and bottled table waters, seltzer, or club soda. I just love that Ohio has it like written into their legal code what specifically constitutes a soft drink.
I think those basically exclude tea and orange juice and juices.
I'm befuddled. Every instance I have ever heard describing a soft drink has always been a synonym for soda, pop, or the like. You know what I mean?
Or something like carbonated water or, yeah.
Soft drinks such as tea and juice. Why would you just say tea and juice? And even sundry items like pens, stationery, and hand towels. It's the first instance of a convenience store chain opening a branch inside a public high school in the prefecture. The school does have a couple of stipulations for its unique branch. First, while self-checkout registers are becoming more common in Japan, in Japanese convenience stores, all of the Matsudo Hai Yamazaki shop sales have to be rung up by an employee. And the bread and rice balls they sell also must have been made that same day. It also doesn't operate under the 24 hours a day, 7 days a week schedule, the norm for Japanese convenience stores, and is instead open only on weekdays from 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., making it accessible to kids after class and extracurricular activities.
Why don't they have it open like before class so they can get some breakfast or something?
10:30, that's fucking late, right? After the as for whether the Yamazaki shop will prove more profitable than the school's previous bread-only shop, the owner, who has a half dozen other convenience store franchises, isn't too terribly concerned, as he's a Matsudo native who wants to do something nice for his hometown. The school's principal also says they also hope the school they hope for the school to serve as an educational opportunity for programs in which students can learn about subjects such as marketing and distribution.
You gotta be, I mean, thinking about it, that store in that high school has gotta be raking it in. Like every
mom and dad send you to school with cash instead of food. Yeah. Yeah.
And all the teachers are using too.
Yeah. No, seriously. Elderly China woman hospitalized after swallowing 8 live frogs. An 82-year-old Chinese woman from Zhejiang province nearly died after ingesting 8 live frogs over 2 days in a bid to cure her chronic lower back pain.
Carry on.
Were they poison dart frogs? Like what? I go to a fucking chiropractor. What the fuck? The bizarre traditional remedy led to severe abdominal distress, neurological damage, and parasitic infection, underscoring the dangers of unproven cures masquerading as folklore. In a shocking and tragic case out of eastern China, an 82-year-old woman, surnamed Zhang, was hospitalized after swallowing 8 small live frogs as a folk remedy to ease chronic lower back pain tied to a herniated disc. I need to understand the logic behind why this would even be a folk remedy. Like,
seriously,
Xiao Jinping once upon a time had a bad herniated disc, but he swallowed 18 bull toads and magically his strength returned and his back never felt better.
No, it was only 7 frogs, and that's the limit. Otherwise, you get sick and have to go to the hospital.
Well, maybe he was just bigger than her. Really, what it is he licked a toad. He didn't eat a frog. He just licked a toad and had like a he had a bad trip, right? He had a what do you call that when the psilocybin mushroom effect? Doesn't matter.
Have a trip? I don't know.
Doesn't Japan call most soft drinks juice? At least that's what I see the translators use in anime. That's because they don't like carbonated drinks in Japan, usually. There's a trick that they do in Japan when they do have a carbonated beverage where they stick a chopstick in it and it kills all the carbonation in like a minute. Very rarely do I see school characters drink soda. Usually it's tea, water, or juice, sometimes coffee if they want to seem adult. She was secretly trying to get high off the frogs. Yeah, doesn't want to admit. The incident occurred over 2 days. She took 3 frogs on day 1 and 5 more the next, swallowing them uncooked and alive. She later developed excruciating abdominal pain.
No, Well, yeah,
Well,
I don't
it's because they started mating inside. Lost mobility. And
they're
what's
trying to get out because
Xiao
they're
Jinping, he ate 8 male frogs. You forgot that crucial.
The stomach acid is starting to get through their skin, and they're wanting to try and get out.
Yeah, so they're hopping around in there. She later developed excruciating abdominal pain, lost mobility, and was admitted to Zhejiang University's #1 affiliated hospital in Hangzhou. Doctors found that Zhang's digestive system had been severely damaged and detected parasitic infections, including sparganum. That's a great word. A parasite commonly associated with amphibians. What began as a vaguely hopeful tradition became a medical emergency. She remained hospitalized for about 2 weeks before being discharged. But did her back pain improve? Right? That's the real question. If she had just toughed it out at home, felt sick for a few days, but then I'm cured. Yeah, that's the real trick, is that it floors you for a couple of weeks, so you're off your feet, and therefore your back has a chance to recover. Mm-hmm. Her family reportedly did not know of her plan for the frog's purpose until she fell ill. Her son later told care staff, "My mother ate 8 live frogs. Now the sharp pain has made her unable to walk." Medical observers warn that this is a striking example of how extreme, unvalidated folk practices can run roughshod over human bodies. Parasites, organ damage, internal trauma, all risks that no cure can justify. Meanwhile, turns out the frogs are gay. You're right. How silly of me. Maybe the mating is how the cure happens. But now that all the freaking frogs are gay, they all think they're female. Florida man killed and ate his pet peacocks. That's unfortunate. This article is like hidden behind us. All right. A man on Florida's Gulf Coast has been charged with animal cruelty after authorities said he killed, cooked, and ate 2 of his pet peacocks. And
he bought them.
Why can't I eat that damn bird? No, peacocks. The 61-year-old man from Hudson, Florida, was arrested last week on a 3rd-degree felony charge of aggravated animal cruelty, according to an affidavit from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. The man told investigators that he had killed the 2 peacocks because his neighbor kept feeding them. He had written the neighbor a letter telling her that he would continue to kill his pet peacocks if she kept feeding them to prove a point, according to the affidavit, which didn't say how many peacocks he kept. Hello, Reese. What happened?
Well, you're having trouble connecting.
Oh, okay. The man told investigators that he had killed the 2 peacocks because his neighbor kept feeding them. And he had written the neighbor a threat, saying, "I will continue to kill them if you keep feeding them," to prove a point. I don't see a problem here.
What the? Wait, he killed them because his
neighbor kept feeding them, and then he wrote the neighbor a letter telling her that he would continue to kill his pet peacocks if she kept feeding them to prove a point.
What point is he trying to prove? What the fuck?
The man admitted to killing the bird by cutting the bird's neck out of spite, then bleeding it out, and then later eating the bird after cooking it on a frying pan. While he was being taken to jail, the man told deputies that he would kill all of his pet peacocks upon release to prevent anyone from taking them.
I think they're already going to be gone by the time you get back, bro.
The Pasco County Sheriff's Office on Monday didn't immediately respond to an inquiry about the fate of the remaining peacocks. Wow! An online docket showed no attorney listed for the man. Wow, what a turn. Yeah. All right. Who's ready for this one? A woman found with king cucumber inside her after extreme session. but docs have one question. My question is, extreme session, what, eating? Deep throating a whole cucumber? Because I think we all know what the extreme session was, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're really hiding anything with extreme session. 21-year-old woman, oh man, and her male friend attended a hospital in Russia after the vegetable became stuck inside her and they had been unable to pull it out.
They washed it off before they took the pic. That's nice.
To be honest, it doesn't look that huge.
I mean, people, you need to have a flared
I
base.
mean, you try sticking that up your ass.
No, thank you. But I'm just saying. If you put hand in hand, it just doesn't seem that huge. A young woman had to make an emergency visit to a hospital following a bout of extreme lovemaking after a king cucumber became stuck inside her. Marina, 21, who has changed her name. Why is that relevant? Are you saying that you're dead naming her? Are you? Was admitted to a hospital in the city of Ufa in Western Russia last week with spasms and pain in the anus.
Told you.
Yep. Look, it looks big for the anus, okay? You got me there.
Told you.
However,
that's the only way it's getting stuck up there.
I guess, yeah.
Look at that. Hold on, go back up. Go back up. Look at that flat end. That's not coming back out.
I don't know. Just it's time to push. Like, go sit on the toilet for a little while. Get the squatty potty, right? Despite her initial vague complaints, a diagnosis was made almost immediately after the man who brought her in explained a cucumber had become lodged inside her during an intimate session between the two. Okay, I get it now. So you shove the cucumber all the way up the ass, and then you bang the front. I get it now. Okay, I see. See, before I just didn't understand how this I'm right in the middle of a conversation. The fucker leaves. I didn't understand how this was meant to be a bout of lovemaking and not one woman masturbating.
She likes it in both.
Despite her initial vague complaints, a diagnosis was made almost immediately after the man who brought her in explained a cucumber had become lodged inside her during an intimate session between the two. He admitted they tried to pull it out, but to no avail. According to Russian news site Baza, doctors were able to remove the vegetable and prescribed a rectoscopy, a procedure that examines the anal canal and rectum to ensure the rectum was not damaged and all foreign objects had been removed. However, upon further examination of the cucumber, fuck me. Doctor still had one question. Why had the cucumber been bitten?
That's probably how they tried to get it out.
Oh, fuck, that does look like a bite.
Probably broken.
Oh, my God.
How do you stick your hand in there and grip it? I can't get a grip on it. Here, use my false teeth. No, use my false teeth.
The couple chose not to provide an answer and instead quietly left the hospital. However, the question of the obviously bitten vegetable remains unanswered. If you know what happened, let us know in the comments below. Fucking brilliant comment bait. Oh my God.
They took a bite out.
Now I want you to take your mouth while you're eating me out and just.
They were like, we bought this cucumber. Let's just taste it first. Oh, this tastes like shit. What else can we use this cucumber for? Ding ding ding! I got an idea.
If that was the truth, they would have just, we were gonna eat it and then we got horny, right? Like they would have said that. They declined to answer is what happened, though. The latest incident of a cucumber inside someone's rectum comes after an unnamed man, 40, from Baranoa, Colombia, went to hospital complaining of pain and that he was unable to walk, but he couldn't identify the cause of the issue. Perplexed, doctors took an x-ray and found a cucumber lodged inside him.
Yeah, I have no idea why.
The patient was less transparent than Marina, however, and proposed a theory that the vegetable must have grown inside him from a seed as he eats a lot of cucumbers at home.
Sure.
This was quickly dismissed by doctors who sent the man on his way. A mystery of how cucumber ended up in his back passage no closer to being solved, despite perhaps some likely theory suggested by medical professionals.
Just the medical
Wow.
professionals.
2 for 1. That was good. All right, you guys ready
Good
for
job,
one of the most
Rash.
deranged things I ever heard?
Huh.
Well, I got to catch up on some chats. There are videos of migrants catching the queen swans to eat them. Detractors say there's no proof they were eaten, but they certainly weren't making them pets. Imagine how many she used, then put back on the shelf. Oh, the cucumber? Oh, no. Patient sues anesthesiologist who mocked him while sedated. A Virginia man got an unpleasant surprise when he played back a recording taken with his smartphone to capture the instructions his doctor would give him after a colonoscopy. On his way home from the procedure, he hit play and was horrified to hear his surgical team mocking and insulting him while he was unconscious. Portions of the recording were posted on the paper's website. Fuck, we should be reading that article. Hold on. Give me a second to I gotta get these ready. I want to know if they're here. There's no fucking Washington Post is like, put in your credit card info. Fuck you. We're gonna just imagine it. In the recording made in 2013, the doctors can be heard making fun of a rash on the man's genitals, instructing a medical assistant to lie to him, and joking about giving him a false diagnosis. After 5 minutes of talking to you in pre-op, I wanted to punch you in the face and man you up a little bit, the anesthesiologist, Tiffany M. Ingram, was recorded saying. When a medical assistant noted the patient's rash, Ingram warned her not to accidentally rub against it, saying she might get some syphilis on your arm or something. She later joked that the rash might be tuberculosis in the penis, or penis Ebola. Ingram further insulted the man when discussing his fear of needles. Well, why are you looking then, retard? She was recorded saying after the medical assistant told her he said he always passes out when looking at an IV. The doctors discussed pretending to be unavailable after the patient woke up so they wouldn't have to speak with him. Ingram can also be heard saying she was going to mark that the patient had hemorrhoids, even though we don't see them and probably won't. The man, who was only identified as DB, sued the 2 doctors and their practices for defamation. To who?
They broadcast it?
And medical malpractice. I mean, look, the first thing is like do no harm and like the Hippocratic Oath and shit, right? So like at a certain level, yeah, this is kind of alarming, right? Last week, a jury ruled that Ingram and her practice must pay him $500,000.
Holy
The Washington Post reported. The paper reported that the other doctor was dismissed from the case.
Damn.
Dr. J.P. Abenstein, president of the American Society of Anesthesiologists, called the incident very disappointing and said that the guidelines from both the American Medical Association and the American Society of Anesthesiologists prohibit such behavior by doctors. It's a prime example of behavior that any anesthesiologist should absolutely not engage in at any time. We're taught very early on in medical school to treat all of our patients in a respectful, dignified manner. While all doctors are taught this, Aberstein said it's stressed even more in anesthesiology training because our patients are that much more vulnerable. We give them some of the most powerful medications available to physicians to render them pain-free during procedures. They can become disinhibited. We need to be very careful about how we interact at all times. The doctor's attorneys in the case argued that the recording of the procedure was illegal. But the man's lawyers pointed out that Virginia is a one-party consent state, meaning that just one person involved in the conversation must know about the recording. But as far as ethics are concerned, Aberstein said the recording of the procedure was a non-issue. This patient wasn't aware what was happening, but that doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter that he recorded it. If one of the technicians who overheard the conversation in the room decided to file a complaint, it would be just as damaging. Sometimes patients may not even be totally unconscious on the operating table due to a resistance to the drug being used or a mistaken dosing by the anesthesiologist. New fear unlocked. And may be able to hear what's going on. It's very uncommon, but it's not unheard of. Aberstein said, over the years, there have been plenty of reports of patients being awake and remembering things during surgery. Some people even fucking feel it. They're paralyzed, so they can't move, they can't scream, they can't do anything, but they feel everything.
Oh,
but to be perfectly frank, whether the patient remembers it or not doesn't excuse this behavior. Aberstein emphasized that the behavior of the doctors in this case is not representative of the larger medical profession. The community of physicians is made up of hundreds of thousands of human beings, and unfortunately, instances like this do happen on occasion. But I started my anesthesia training in 1981, and I cannot remember an instance in my career of seeing this kind of behavior on the part of an anesthesiologist or anyone in the medical field. My experience, broadly speaking, is that physicians, nurses, and other medical professionals are all careful to treat patients with the dignity and respect that they are due. Wow, that should have ended with the cucumber. All right, but we did it. We're under 4 hours. Congratulations, us.
Hand jobs for everyone.
Yeah. Oh. That's it.
That is it. Congratulations, everyone. We'll remember you in therapy.
Thank you for coming to this impromptu episode of the OCA podcast featuring me, Reese, and Greenline. The most profitable podcast we've had in quite some time, and we don't have to share with Footman and Randy. Right? All right, take care.
No place to hide. The time